On stage we are, Quick Hands Rugby League Podcast, Season 3, Episode 13. That's 104. Welcome back, everyone. We're back in the studio. Everyone's back on board.
We're all back.
We're all back.
We're all back.
Yeah. We're all back.
They never gets old, that song, you know.
Yeah.
Every time I
We
hear
need to do like a clip or something with that song.
Gotta ask the artist.
How is everyone?
Good.
We're good.
Very
Good.
good.
We're all good. We're all in the same room. We're all good. It's
People
good.
down south are good. New South Wales are feeling very good this week. What about you, Tam, in Queensland?
Oh, look, you guys deserve the win, I will say. I'm sure we'll talk about it, but definitely.
You're 2 games
guys-
away
and
from
you-
wearing my jersey.
Well, you know how harsh I am on Broncos. It's probably harsher than anyone. But yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
They didn't deserve it. It's crazy. I did want to thank Cleary, though, for missing so many conversions. So the
What was it with the kicking that night?
And Lomax
Do you
too,
reckon-
yeah.
do you reckon
All of
do
them.
you reckon Queensland changed the ball when
I
it was
don't know
time
what
for the
happened,
what do you
but no
reckon?
one could kick.
Something, you know,
No good kid.
Stop it.
something dodgy going on up there.
we did that for 8 years too, Nick.
Artie, what's the good thing of the week?
I've got a couple of good things, actually. We've got a
Okay.
few. Well,
Lay it on.
First one, New South Wales winning, of course. That's
Well,
the best thing of the week.
yeah.
But
Well.
during the week, there was a young kid called Cody Ramsey who was diagnosed with a very serious disease, gut disease, told he was never going to play football again. Laurie Daly, this is the first year he was actually able to play a bit of football, and he's playing in the knock-on effect cup, and he's killing it, actually. But Laurie Daly invited him into the New South Wales Blues camp, and he trained with the boys. So
How good is that?
that's a really nice touch for Daly to do that. So
Awesome.
that's fantastic. That's a good thing of the week. But a couple of things I wanted to bring up. PSG winning the Champions League for the first time ever. But there was a very, very touching point in that game.
There was 5 of them.
No, there was 5 goals, but the coach of the PSG team, his name's Luis Enrique.
Yeah.
He won a title with Barcelona in 2014 and 15, and there's a photo of him and his daughter. She was 9 years old. She passed away a couple of years later with cancer. So what PSG did is they recreated that photo, and they had a big banner of Luis Enrique and his daughter
Oh,
with
That
the
photo-
PSG jersey.
He and his daughter planted a flag
Yeah, that's right. They
on
planted
the
the
field
flag.
together when he
Wow.
won it.
So when he won it,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
PSG winning it, and then he sees this big banner of him and his daughter with that thing. It was
Beautiful.
a beautiful touch.
Was he aware that was going to happen?
I don't think he was, no, but
No.
it was a beautiful touch from the
I'm
PSG.
getting, I'm getting chills on my back.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
I'm
Just
getting
want to
chills.
call out
Yeah.
there are 2 ex-Napoli players in that PSG team. Just saying. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. I loved it.
It was good.
Some of my friends listening are going to hate me for saying that.
So it's a
Sorry,
good,
guys. You dropped the ball. A month ago, you had the treble. You ended up with nothing.
so it's a good thing the PG won. Yeah,
It was the first
PSG?
time they ever
I
won. So.
think it was more importantly, George, it was good that Inter lost.
Oh, no. Sorry, man. I don't know my soccer. Sorry, I don't
Let's
know
get
my
our
soccer.
priorities straight, yeah.
I don't know my soccer.
and if you didn't know, there was an A-League final on the weekend too.
There was too,
It was,
yeah.
yeah. So congratulations to Melbourne City winning 1-0 over Melbourne Victory, their second trophy ever in the
Okay,
A-League, which
Yes.
is good.
So
George.
it was a Melbourne derby.
The Melbourne Derby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's round 13?
In the can, Nicola. In the can. Nice, locked up in the can.
All right. So we all know what the next segment is.
It's
What's in Nico's bin?
Who's asking?
Nico's big.
What's in
You know,
Nico's bin?
conspicuous by his absence, I have someone very different to normal in Nico's bin tonight, and he's going to cop it hard.
Uh-oh.
It's me.
Why?
I'm in the bin. I put myself in the
Why?
bin.
Oh no.
Because I've been getting everything wrong lately. Right, so I'm putting myself in the bin. And that's evidenced by the tipping competition that I'm in. And Dean and Craig, I know you listen, you'll be hearing this, that I gave up tipping 5 weeks ago because I was just going so badly.
You're not the only one.
Everybody.
Everyone
Yeah,
is. It's a tough year.
Except that on Saturday night, I stayed down at Dino's in Kiama, and he told me that I jumped 11 spots because I've been getting all the away teams.
Damn.
So I'm back in it. I'm like 5 points. I'm 5 points off the lead, so I started tipping again. But actually, I do want to call out one thing though, and I know it's like relative because you look at both teams' position on the ladder and blah blah blah. I was actually really happy with Parramatta's performance against the Panthers on the weekend. I haven't been happy all year. But I was, the last couple of weeks have been good. It was a loss, but I was actually smiling after the game because I thought, you know what, I was happy with the defense. Penrith were really good. They were really good.
Both good. Both teams were good.
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
yeah.
It was a really good game, and I was happy with the way they moved the ball. And I think I'm just starting to see something that I wasn't seeing a few weeks ago. So I'm putting myself in the bin for a bunch of reasons tonight. Yes, that's it. It's me in the bin. Let's move on to controversy corner. Where do you guys want to start? I mean, I've got a list of things. Does anyone want to jump on anything?
I want to hear George's opinion on what we spoke about last week.
Obviously, you listened to last week's show.
Yeah,
we talked
it
about
was
the
good.
Bulldogs. We talked about
Yeah.
Gus. We were pretty scathing in some of the commentary.
I'll be too. Yeah.
I actually got a video. I think I sent it to you, Tanya.
Hmm.
So there's a video going around on socials where you know, on 100% footy, Gus, he goes, "I've never met Lachlan Galvin."
Yeah, what a lot.
And then there's a video from last year of Gus, right? They've spliced it into the same thing, where he said, "I was surprised when I met him how tall he is."
Yeah, of course.
So, but anyway, we all know. I mean, Galvin's signed with the Bulldogs now; it's official. He's going to debut on Monday, I think.
No, he's not.
He's in the extended squad.
He's in the extended squad.
Oh, so
23.
So there's a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they're playing, but let's see.
Oh,
You okay?
Yeah.
What
no,
do you
fine.
what do you think, George?
Um,
All of it.
about all of it.
Injury.
Okay.
I'll
I'll,
pot injury.
Okay.
I'll take over because it looks like Nick was
No,
struggling.
I'm all right. I've got gout in my left foot, and I just whacked the table leg with the same foot.
Oh,
Gotta love Voltaren. Anyway, yeah, no.
Okay.
So where do we start? Where do we George? You weren't
Okay.
here. You weren't here to defend yourself.
Yeah.
last
I'm
week.
not defending. No, there's no
and,
defending.
and we were pretty scathing. So
Yeah.
you just tell us what you think.
Okay, so I'm in two camps here. Number one, Phil Gould is a despicable human being. What he done and how he did it the last, 14, 16 months to court this young man. Young Galvin's not the problem, nor is his manager. It's Gus Gould, how he mastermind this everything. Now, yeah, he should get sacked or he should resign from the Channel 9. What show is it called, Daddy?
100% footy.
100%.
The commentary team too.
he's,
It's part of the
he's a
commentary.
commentator as well.
You know what? Commentate on games. Look, you know what? I don't want him there either. He should get sacked. But you know what? He
Just
he
do
hasn't
one or
got
the
a-
other.
He hasn't got enough time to do what he did on 100% on footy. Having a pod, we can't stop him having a pod. He's got a pod. We can't stop him having that. But what he did and what he masterminded in the last, year and a half, to me, he shouldn't be allowed. Now,
He's the best operator. In the
oh
game.
yeah. Oh no. Wait a minute.
I mean, I wish he was at my club.
Now, let me say this very, very, very clear. If we think there's no other GM out there, GM in any club, okay, or recruiter, not doing exactly the same things as Gus is doing, well, we're all naive and we're all stupid.
With one exception.
He's the best.
No, doing the same things as him with one exception.
What's that?
Every single time I see footage of Cameron Serraldo, Gus is in a pair of footy boots, shorts, and a t-shirt
we know that.
on the training paddy.
We know that.
So
Gus Gould's a
you don't
control
see other
freak.
GMs
No,
doing
no.
that.
Gus,
But hey, it's working.
yeah, look, Gus Gould is a control freak. Now, I'll say it again. He should resign. He shouldn't be, because what Chamis done to him on 100% football exposed him. Okay? It's what we thought, now we know. So, but you know what? Channel 9 is spineless, and Phil Gould loves his 1.3 million there, so he'll keep it.
Well,
He'll stay.
we also knew that from what we spoke about last week about what happened the week before
Mhm.
when Mitchell Moses was the guest on, and Isaac Moses insisted that Michael Chamis can't be on the show.
Yeah.
So Channel 9 actually removed their employee
Did they?
when they should have told Moses to stay home. You know, so they're definitely spineless.
Well, you know, this whole thing stinks, and it's not right. Now, I'll say it again. If we think that these things don't happen behind closed doors, well, we're all wrong. Now, the other side, and I believe that for Gus, what he's done with the Bulldogs, it's his first mistake. Everything he's pulled.
Why do you think? Like, how do you think he's going to be used?
Well, look, short term.
They're not going to move Matt Burton,
No way. He'll be 7. They'll manufacture him into
or will
7.
he be a 13?
No, he's not. He's not big enough to be a 13.
He will
in terms
be.
of
He will be. Like,
One-
he's not yet, but he will be.
one day. Look, I think this purchase was a look in the future. I think we got a young kid called Matthew Wood who's in the juniors, who looks like an outstanding prospect. He's the best kid in his age group at the moment, and when he goes up, he's playing up 2 years, and he's still the best kid in his age group. So Gus is envisioned in 3 years having Lockie at 5'8" and him at 7. And by then, Lockie will be a 4-year.
Yeah, but you need to watch out about that. He might do his apprenticeship at Canterbury and then come to Para when he's ready.
Hey, well, you know what? We really don't know what Lockie Galvin's character is because we really haven't met the kid. We've seen a lot of commentary about him. He came out at a media thing yesterday, if that wasn't the biggest load of crap.
Don't forget, he's got an NDA with the Tigers, right?
So he can't talk.
So,
but I mean,
he can talk about his manager. Like I said to Nick, he was the perfect puppet.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he's
absolutely
crazy.
Absolutely.
And that's why I believe that's what. Look, that interview is why, because that was fed to him. Gus School fed that to him. This is what you're going to say, and you're going to take all the heat. You're going to take all the heat off me and the club. So that's why I believe what he said about all those things we heard the last 6 weeks is all bullshit.
But there's one thing that I heard, and we spoke about it today when we were talking on the phone. It was taken badly out of context.
What did he say?
I want to call it out, right?
What did he say?
That he was, if you saw that interview, he was just asked about how's everything, and how's Cameron Serrano. He goes, yeah, he's good, he's a real leader, right? And they took that and made it a headline, and they said it's a shot at Benji, saying he didn't say it in that context.
No.
He just said, oh no, like he was complimenting the guy. He's going, no, he's a real leader, He wasn't for one moment hinting that Benji wasn't, but that's how the media ran with it. Typical. I just wanted to call that out because they the way they take things and twist them and call a spade, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Look, the Australian or the New South Wales media regarding NRL is ridiculous. They make stories up. They don't talk about rugby league. I haven't heard a story about rugby league for how long? It's all been about personalities and people. So I don't know where that's going.
What have been the 3 biggest stories in rugby league this year? Dylan Brown,
Galvin,
DCE, and Galvin.
Yeah. Nothing about how good the rugby league is, how the ratings is proving that. Anyway, NRL and
this past weekend, I didn't see every game.
Fantastic round.
But you couldn't. The ones that I saw, you couldn't look away.
Yeah, fantastic round. Fantastic.
Yeah,
you couldn't look away.
So Tanya, to answer your question, I think the man is despicable. What he did was so wrong. I can't even put it right. But as a Canterbury supporter, and you know what, if he was a GM of the Broncos, or if he was a GM of St George or Parramatta, you'll be saying the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the best at his job. How he goes about his business, I hate it. It makes me physically sick.
He's the equivalent of, I think I said this last year about, I don't know, someone else, but it's like that really good salesperson that makes heaps of money, but all the staff hate him, or he ends up like pissing the customers off or something like that. You know what I mean? Like he's that one.
It's just very deceitful and conniving.
Tanya, I'm not sure if you know him or don't know him. There was in the 80s, in the 70s, there was a GM at Canterbury called the Bullfrog. Okay,
Peter Moore.
Sounds familiar.
It was that popular. They reckon he could have held his funeral in a phone booth.
Yeah. Okay, because he would do these things what Gould is doing on a larger scale. You know what? The two people, because he appointed him as coach. Bullfrog appointed Phil Gould as coach at his first gig. They hated each other with a passion. Okay, but guess what? Gould learnt everything that the Bullfrog knew and more.
The Bullfrog was responsible for creating the Canterbury club that we know today.
Basically.
And the Canterbury DNA and the Canterbury, and it was he built that.
Yeah, he did.
He created that.
Well, this modern day Canterbury anyway.
From the 80s onwards.
From the 80s or
Yeah.
from the
So
70s.
George, what do you think they'll do with like Burton? Like where do you think they're going to slot him in?
Burton Burton will stay at 6. This is what will happen long run. Write it down. Okay, Burton will stay at 6. They'll go and buy a fullback like Pappenhausen. Okay, they think they've got their front rower Thompson from Newcastle.
How can they buy anyone else? Have they got a different cap to everyone
no
else?
idea.
Or have they all got shares in pubs?
They've got sweet cars.
Maybe. But what do you see? Because to win a ring or to win a comp, you need an outstanding front rower, 6 or a 7 or both, and a fullback. The rest can be all high quality role players.
Well, where will Galvin go?
Galvin will play 7.
This is a stretch, but what about Burton back to the centres, Crichton back to fullback?
If that's the way they go, I'm not going to say no, because I think that they're all the players you're talking about. Crichton, outstanding.
He can play anyway.
Anyway, he's just one of those special human beings. Yeah. And Burton, well, we know Ivan put him in centres because he said that I've got to have him in my team somewhere.
Yeah.
He's too good not to be in the team. Well, we know he's a 5'8", but I've got to put him in the team. So, but I honestly believe, because you know what, they believe that they got their 7, so they don't have to go and buy him. He's going to be cheap for the first 5 years. Okay, cheap. Okay, Wood, Galvin at 750. They believe they got a steal, and if it's true, if he's as good as everybody says he is, okay, he's a steal at 750. But we don't know that. That's to be announced. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I said we've seen glimpses.
I think he will be.
Okay.
I think he will be.
I'm not saying no. We haven't seen. I've seen enough glimpses to say
we've seen Ash Taylor's before.
We've seen Ash Taylor's.
But I think Galvin's a bit different. I think he will be. Yeah.
The Taylor.
Ash
So
Taylor's great.
yeah,
I like when he started.
That's what I think will happen. Now he's on the extended bench. I wouldn't play him this week. Look, you got to feel sorry for Toby. But in saying that, before Toby came to Canterbury, I'm going to ask you, Tanya, did you know who Toby Sexton was, or do you know how good he could have been?
No.
No. All of a sudden, he's got himself in the shop window, hasn't he?
Well, we all knew who he was, but at the Gold Coast, he wasn't doing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't standing out.
So really, he can't be too bitter, because he's come down and developed his game. So now all of a sudden he can go onto the market and
but
say,
wait a second.
I'm worth 700,000.
He's the halfback
one's
in the
chasing
team that's leading the comp. You think you shouldn't feel bitter if he's pushed aside?
Exactly.
They're leading.
I agree. No.
But what I read,
I do say yes. But
what I read, and I don't know how true it is, and what I read is that a bunch of the players are offside because they're a fan of Toby being in the team, and they don't want him pushed aside.
I can see. Look, I think this year's derailed, and I don't think we'll go on to win anything. But this year's derailed. I'll tell you why. You can't have an off season like they had, or the last 2 years like they had, being absolutely pummeled. Serrado and Gus and everybody telling them, "I love you. I'll do anything for you. I'll kill for you." You know what I mean? And you can go.
Well, they're doing it with Reid Marnie.
Well, that's what I mean.
Phil Gould,
so this year's derailed.
Phil Gould sat on 100% footy, and he goes, and I quote, with the Reid Marnie situation, his manager approached us, and we're thinking, 27, it's still far away, and with the Bears coming into the competition, like when he approached you, A, the Bears weren't even confirmed to be in the competition, and B,
bullshit.
The guy's flipped an entire squad in 3 years is not thinking about the year after next. No. Are you kidding me?
No, he's thinking.
He needs to make room.
Yeah,
he needs to make room.
He's thinking 5 years down the track. So I'll say it again, T. 3 years ago, if we lost by 40 points, I would turn around to Arthur and look happy. We're getting flogged by over 40 every week. And around that COVID period, we were turnstiles. You know what? 3 years down the track, I've got a team which will possibly be a top 4 team. So, and it's all because of Gus. So, what do I say? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Is he a despicable? You know what? If he wasn't on television and he did this behind closed doors and we didn't know about it, I wouldn't feel bad. But because it happened in front of us, because it unfolded in front of us. And then you know what the worst bit when they asked him, "Have you met the kid?" and he said, "No, I haven't," and we all knew it was a lie. And I got this sinking feeling in my gut.
He had a 1 hour Zoom call with him.
Of course he did. I mean, okay. He said on his podcast that he met him at 6 when he was 16. So he's a piece of rubbish. But guess what? He's the best at what he does.
Yeah.
If I like it or don't like it, if I like it or don't like it, it just happened in front of us.
I've always been a fan, but to be honest with you, I'm off Gus now.
He's despicable.
I can't listen to his pod.
He's a despicable.
I don't watch Channel 9 with the exception of Origin and Grand Finals because we don't have a choice.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't want to.
And on that, if we can talk about the footage, I do this every year because I don't watch Channel 9. I just watch it when grand
Yeah.
finals. And
I watch Fox.
the coverage is they pay a lot of money for Origin, basically. They pay a lot of money.
You got two illiterate morons,
Well,
Andrew Johns and Brad Fittler.
Can they please get some decent commentators with some analytic?
No,
behind
yeah,
it,
I know.
instead of just some, and you know what, Darren Lockyer is better than that. He knows what he's talking about, and so is Cameron Smith and all of them. But you know what? They say nothing. They say nothing.
Fittler and Johns bring it down.
Those two.
Those two bring it down. Seriously, they do.
Yeah, which and the ones that are good, what side do they play for? I just think, and I think the commentary.
JT's JT's the only one who says something decent half the time.
Yeah, I think I think it's just, I don't know. Gus is not well liked up here. I've never liked him, so it's he's exactly what you think he is. The way that he talks and everything else, there is no allusion to the type of person he is. It's not. I said to Nick today,
he's a snake.
It's on the surprise, nothing. It's just the way it was done. But I was really keen to get your thoughts on it because it's kind of like when Broncos got rid of Walters. Now I think we said it before he.
How good's that looking now?
Well, no, I still don't think that he was good for the team though. Like I just,
Walters,
I think he was a bit sly. Like we spoke about it last year. And you still as a club or a fan, you feel a bit yuck about this, the situation. But again, Broncos is publicly owned. Like they make decisions. They've got a board. Like it is what it is, right? It's the same as what you're saying. Don't like him, but he's great. The club's getting runs. But I said to Nick today, like the NRL's done a really bad job this year generally.
Terrible.
I think, and it's just.
I mean, if we're touching
people are seeing more.
We're touching on the Broncos. I know they've lost 4 in a trot. I'm actually not concerned. I'm pretty confident with how things will turn out there. Madge is, you got to remember, he's 12 games into his tenure there, right?
Yeah.
The old saying, you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. That's what's happening at the moment.
He got a team riddled with issues.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure we'll talk about in the round recap.
There's a lot of big personalities and stuff that, and he's rattling the cage for sure. And maybe that's what he needs to do, because they're saying Kevin Waters was too soft, and now they're saying Madge is too hard. At the end of the day, just shut up and get on with it. You got a job to do.
Well, it's literally your job.
To some degree, it's funny, not to some degree, but everyone plays a part and has accountability. But I think the players tend to escape that a lot.
Well, it's the players. Yeah.
Okay, like. You can say whatever you want about Kevin Waters' coaching, right? He was 16 minutes away from winning a grand final. Whether his team dropped the ball or whether Penrith overpowered him, whatever.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
There was nothing he could have done in that 16 minutes, right?
It's up to them.
If they win that game, he's still there today.
Yeah.
Right? He would still be there today if they won that premiership 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Would be.
It's amazing how sliding doors, right? To some players, I understand when to me, you can tell when a team's disjointed by the coaching, because for mine, it starts with defence. That's one of the reasons I was happy about, like I said, with Parra, is I look at the defence first.
I think good.
Right?
They're on track.
When they don't know what they're doing in defence, then they don't understand their instructions, or they're adjusting to something new, which I know is happening at Parra. I know it's happening at Brisbane. And I just think, I actually reckon they'll come good this week. I think you'll start to see a bit of a dip. We've seen what they can do. You can't do what they've done against the Dogs in the first half or in a couple of other games. You can't turn it on like that and then just tell me they're shit. You know what I mean?
I think it's just like I was so disappointed, like watching the Eagles game. Not because they lost.
Manly were actually quite good too, but that's not the headline.
Just the boos every time Mam had the ball.
Yep.
Yeah,
This was always going to come.
It was at Brookvale.
He can't go back in time. I was saying this to Nick, we've had other players that have done bad things. They didn't get that. Latrell celebrated, Adokar celebrated. And like I was saying to Nick too, and I put it on Insta as well, but I was like, those young kids in the crowd, they won't understand the hatred behind the boos. They just will think, someone that looks like Ma'am is like if you think like a child, someone that looks like Ma'am is a bad person and we should boo him. That's what they think.
It was a
So we're
Brookvale,
talking about,
crowd.
but
It
we're
was a
talking
Manly
about,
crowd.
we're talking
it
about,
happened at Suncorp as well the week before.
yeah, and we're talking about a young kid that has obviously made a mistake, and you know, not I'm not defending like it was the wrong thing to do, certainly, and it was very ridiculous, and I feel like he should have handled it differently. But here we are. This is how it's handled. But when you are playing a game and your team members constantly getting booed every time he has the ball, it's going to throw the team off. I'm not saying that they didn't play bad. I just think that whole thing was disgusting. Then I saw the run it straight thing afterwards, and I'm like, well, that makes sense that they would do that. So it just,
It's not an Israel Man thing. It's
the NRL.
It's the NRL.
They shouldn't have
how
let
they
him play
handle
this
it.
year,
Yeah.
and it would have been fine. But
Yeah.
the NRL screwed him up.
Yeah.
And I know people
on
say
his
he made
name.
one mistake. He actually made 4 in 5
Yeah.
minutes. 4 mistakes.
Yeah, but
But it
still,
wouldn't-
It was bad. I know what he did was bad, but
Wait a
still,
minute.
the NRL should have pumped him for more. They're
Israel
the
Man
ones to
paid
blame.
his-
And
Israel
he's copping it
paid
for
his-
that. For
yeah,
NRL's
yeah,
mistake, it's
see,
poor
the-
Ezra.
he
Copping it.
paid his dues.
Exactly.
The flip
Exactly.
side,
He paid his dues.
He did.
flip side to that is that the NRL punished him harder than the courts did.
That's exactly,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
even.
So it's
I know,
there's-
you're
the
right.
blind leading the
yeah,
blind.
Yeah,
you know?
you're right.
Yeah.
but he's 22. Now imagine if, I said to Nick, imagine if he hurt himself. Because
Yeah.
that's full-blown bullying, right?
Mm.
Imagine if, and we're talking about mental health, like Galvin's mental health and everything else, that is full-blown bullying. Imagine if he hurt himself, and well, I know what people will say, they'll be like, he did whatever, he was weak or whatever, but imagine going out to thousands and thousands of people, you're trying to do your job and you're getting booed.
Yeah.
How would the team feel? Like that is not right at all.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like
but the issue is is when they're public figures. Don't worry about role models. Let's forget that. When they're public figures, which they all are, unfortunately, these are the things that happen. When
But Latrell celebrated,
I
Lenny
agree.
celebrated
another piece of rubbish.
at a car.
Yeah,
Like
I
they're all-
agree. I agree. They're all
Yeah.
filth.
I mean, look, all that card did was go out to get a phone charger. I mean, really. you know.
Yeah.
If you watch the David Beckham series
Yeah.
about his documentary, he copped a lot of that from
Mate,
the
what
English
he-
supporters
what he
because he
copped-
missed a penalty or something in the World
No,
Cup.
because he got sent off.
Oh, that's right, because he got sent off.
All right, now let's be
What
clear.
did he
Now
do?
wait a second.
It wasn't even
The quarterfinal of the World Cup in 1998,
yeah.
England Argentina. Diego Simeone, who's coach of Atletico Madrid, whose son plays for Napoli.
Okay.
Let's not get too technical here.
Mhm.
He baited Beckham, who lashed out with his boot, and he got sent off. It was a ridiculous red card, but
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Not only did England not lose the game, it went to a penalty shootout. They lost the penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Argentina went on to make the semi-final. Beckham was absolutely torn to shreds at home because they blamed him for that
For the loss.
to the
Yeah.
point where they had a dummy in a Beckham jersey hanging from its throat.
Poor bastard.
What? It's on Netflix. What's the documentary?
They had songs about, we hope your kids die from cancer, your wife's a
Yeah.
whore,
Yeah.
we hope,
Yeah.
shit like that.
like, it's
Yeah.
le-
Heaps
it's
worse, like
next
it's
level
terrible.
that we
And he
have
didn't
with-
even do a criminal offence. That was just-
And then in 2002, in the following World Cup, he was the captain, and they were screaming like crazy when he scored the free kick.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Fans are idiots.
Tell me,
Fans
tell me
just
when he got sent off. Is that when the game changed? Is that
The game
is that
didn't
why?
change.
Yeah.
It went on to penalty shootout, George.
Every team gets a player sent off. You just
Yeah.
deal with it, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't
it went,
blame
it,
them.
it went on. It went on.
Wow. I
What
didn't know that.
he did wasn't even worth a red card, but he got one. And
Poor bastard.
Did that force him out of England? Is that why one of the reasons why he would have left Man United to go to
no, he left Man United like
after?
3 years later.
3 years later.
Yeah,
I thought it was shortly
no. He went
afterwards.
to Real Madrid way
Real
after
Madrid.
that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sure.
No, he redeemed himself in the. I don't think they were in the Euro 2000,
No,
but he redeemed himself,
yeah.
in the 2002 World Cup. He was the captain of England.
yeah.
Look, it's just fans being fans. Look, Tanya, fans are idiots.
But-
These
but
kind of
also-
fans we're talking about, you know,
Mm,
they're just
yeah.
idiots.
But also, like, even Brigginshaw getting death threats. I don't know how much Queensland news you get down there.
Mm.
Like, guys,
Why would Brigginshaw get there?
But the same thing happened.
Brigginshaw.
The same thing happened to Galvin.
What would she get? Well,
They had
Because
had-
she hasn't been playing well or whatever. Like
she's
that's
36 years old, and
the same thing,
She's
George.
had-
The same
she's
thing happened
won.
with Galvin. He had to have security at a game because some spineless fucking idiot on his phone says, "I'm going to kill you," or "You better watch your back," or something. These guys are afraid of their own reflections.
it's only a game, man.
I know.
It's
I know.
escapism.
I know.
It's
It is,
escapism.
it is.
I know. It's yeah. It's you know what? It's people who need social lives. That's what it is, right? It's
I
at the
don't know.
end of the day, it's a game. It's a sport. Get on with it. Is Payne Haas going to leave the Broncos' tan, or is that just a job?
No.
No, I don't reckon. I
Or
don't
is his
reckon.
manager just trying to get him a better deal at Brisbane?
Yeah, I think he'll stay.
Is
I
there
think,
is there a risk with the Dolphins or the Gold Coast? Because we know his mum's in jail up there. He's got his whole family up there, so he may not want to
Yeah.
leave Queensland. But is he at risk of
Yeah.
leaving the Broncos?
I don't think he would go to Dolphins. I don't think Titans would know what to do with him.
I don't want him to leave.
They
His
couldn't
brother's
afford
there
him.
at Titans.
They couldn't afford him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they
Right.
couldn't afford him.
They couldn't afford him.
He'll be what 1.2?
Oh,
More?
be worth
More.
1.5.
They need to
Six.
shuffle around a bit though. Like I think I don't know. I think it, yeah, but I think all of that,
Can he
all
play
of it.
5'8"? We've got room.
But do you think something like this will force Brisbane to act on Matt Maguire and sack him so they can keep him?
No,
Like,
I
is
don't-
this-
I don't-
Oh.
I don't-
Is there something
I mean,
like that?
look, it's important to note that
It's not
today.
Maguire thing.
It's important to note that today a lot of the Broncos players came out and back Madge,
Oh,
and
did
they, and they said the media's beating this up,
Oh, okay,
which is good to see actually.
that
Because
is good.
yeah, I think I've always said it. You know, you lose 3 games in a row, the spotlight becomes an interrogation lamp.
It's the way
You win 3 games in a row, everything just goes away.
Yeah.
Do you watch NRL 360? Because
I
Gordon
stopped.
Tallis is a big fan of.
I can't. Gordon. So I stopped. What you know, Gordon Tallis, right? Seriously, I don't know how they chose him, right? But there's 2 things that really irritate me about him. Now, if you get we sit here on this show and we're not professionals and we don't get paid for doing this and all the rest of it, and we all have our own opinions, but we're all objective as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And part of doing this is about being objective. And there are teams that we like, and there are teams that maybe we don't like so much, but we speak objectively, right?
Mhm.
Gordon Tallis does 2 things. We all know he's close mates with Kevin Waters, and that's great. Every time that topic comes up, he's shit canning whoever, whether it's Madge or anyone else, and defending Kevin Waters. And the other thing that really irritates me is, and no one at Fox Sports has the guts to actually say something about it. The Dolphins are called the Dolphins. He always calls them Redcliffe
Yeah, yeah.
because of his personal hatred for them, right? That is so unprofessional. Someone needs
What
to.
did you hate him for?
It's a personal thing, right?
Does Waters do that as well?
And they asked, like I forget his name, but the Dolphins CEO, he said, "Our name is the Dolphins. We want to be referred to as the Dolphins." Every time Gordon Tallis talks about him, he calls him Redcliffe. So someone needs to step in there and say, "Listen, mate, either learn how to read, or get." The guy is seriously, he's like watching paint dry, George. I mean, he's in the like seriously. And Anasta isn't much better
He
either.
shouldn't be on that. He shouldn't.
I
Be on
can't
that.
watch that
He
show.
shouldn't be on that show. He's another Gus Gould, but in the weighting, because he's in the same position. He manages players. So anyone who manages
Exactly.
players or is a GM of any rugby league club should not be on the television.
But he does 2 things. With the whole Galvin thing, he slandered Isaac Moses for 2 or 3 weeks in a row,
yeah,
right?
because it's
His
job.
competition.
It's his job.
The other thing he does, which is why I can barely look at Fox Sports anymore, is
I don't watch
he comes up with these hypotheticals, right? So let's say we're talking about Payne Haas, right? We're saying, maybe whatever. Braithen Astor will sit there. He's done that. He's done it this year. And he'll go, "Oh, you know what? A club like Manly could use Payne Haas. And they've probably got the room." Then they start talking for 5 minutes about how Payne Haas would slot in at Manly. And then the next morning, there's a story on Fox Sports, Haas going to Manly.
No.
And it all came from hypothetical crap. But again, if you're a player manager, which he is,
Yeah.
that's manipulating
Yeah, he
the
shouldn't do it.
situation to get people thinking and
Well,
talking.
we've seen that a lot lately, haven't we?
We are.
Well,
we are.
Yeah,
We are.
yeah, and
But
that's what I'm saying.
going
That's
back
why
to,
the credibility's gone to shit as far as I'm concerned in
but going
NRL
back
media.
to going back to the Walters thing, Broncos can't get rid of Madge at this point because they'll look ridiculous. If Walters was that good, he'd get chosen for the Bears.
But yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
It's not a. I don't know why we're talking about Madge. Madge is.
I like Madge.
Yeah,
He's
it's
fine.
12 games
He's 2 months into his job.
into a
Yeah.
into a 3-year contract.
I'm
He's not going
referring more
anywhere.
to the level of reporting across rugby, with a couple of exceptions. There are a couple of really good journos, right? Who won't report something if they don't validate it.
Which one?
I think Chamis is one of them,
Like
right?
Chamis?
He's pretty good. I think the journos, with the exception of Hooper on 360, are generally pretty good, right? But the whole level of reporting across the game, it's descended to what general news is now,
But
which is
it's all
just shit.
But it's all
right?
opinion. It's all opinion based.
Exactly, and no one's trying to correct it. No one's trying to restore the
But that's
credibility.
how you.
Valandis, Abdo, he's about as useful as an Astro on a motorbike. Seriously, the guy sits there and does nothing.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
that's
hear
how-
from him.
Yeah, Abdo's
That's how
rubbish.
you like breed ignorance. Like people listen to their opinion and go, "Oh my gosh, that's gold. I heard this."
Yeah.
Whatever. Like
You-
at
you-
least when we're talking, it's like, well,
You-
from our perspective, or years
you-
ago, or whatever. Like we're not like I have personal opinions about players or teams or whatever, but
We all do.
I can still look at the Broncos and go, or Queensland and go, that was a really shit game. Didn't deserve it.
But that was my
Like-
point. That was my point, Tanya. We're objective, right?
Yeah.
We're objective in the way we look at things, the way we break things down, because I think Buzz Rothfield said it, didn't he? We have a responsibility to our listeners, all 8 of them,
Buzz.
right? To report the news as factually as we can, and then we put our own spin on it, in terms of our opinion, and that's fine.
Buzz.
You guys will have an uplift from Queensland supporters because I put that post on LinkedIn and a lot of people were like, oh, we're going to start tuning in. So
Yeah,
I'll have more supporters in the background.
yes,
Mhm.
we try.
Mm.
Yeah.
Before we move into
the-
round the was, there anything else?
I'll just answer some of those questions. When the women's origin gets a million viewers, when the state of origin gets 5 million viewers, when there's more tickets sold this year from the best season that was last year, when the what else was there? When the jersey sales are up 20%, what I'm trying to say with all that is everybody thinks that they're validated behind a desk in Macquarie Street. Volandis thinks he's doing a fucking great job. Thanks a lot, Volandis. NRL thinks they're doing a great job.
Commercially, they are, but the product
That's
itself
what,
is
that's what I'm trying
suffering.
to say is this all hides the real issues, what's going on in the actual game. And, are we nitpicking? Maybe we're nitpicking. But if we don't nitpick, they think they're doing a great bloody job. They really do. They think that the game's, and it is, financially, it's the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
But there's an underlying sting to it, trust me, and it will just take a little bit of a knock so it falls over. So
It's literally the only professional sport that I can think of that not only changes the rules every single year, but changes them during the year, during the season.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a crackdown on high tackles, and then in Magic
about
Round, we had a crackdown on the crackdown.
yeah, forget about it. Look, I still believe, I'll say it once, and maybe I watch too many American sports, but the game is run like it's 1977. That's my opinion. I mean, there's things that we
I
should
wish it was
have.
played like that.
Yeah, true.
The good old days, yeah. So, look, that's my opinion. But anyway.
Anyway, let's
Moving
move into the round.
Last
that
one. I
was.
just want to bring up
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Your opinion on this. Australian coach, Kangaroos. Meninga now looks like he's going to go to the Perth Bears. Who's your tip? Apparently, that Cam Smith's put his hat in the ring.
Oh, really?
But a few
I-
people. Who would you like to see coaching the Kangaroos?
I hate the fact that
That's good.
that it's profile based.
Mm.
Yeah.
Meninga can't coach his way out of a shoebox. I don't know why he's being considered to go to Western Australia.
Right.
Cameron Smith hasn't coached anyone. Like, why don't we start looking at pedigree, coaches with experience and runs on the board? I was talking to someone today I can't remember who it was, but anyway, and we were talking about Benji Marshall, and I'm saying like Benji
It was
Marshall.
me.
Oh, it was you. Sorry, Tanya.
Yeah.
I spoke to a few people today. It was with Tan, and I was saying Benji, unlike Cameron Ciraldo or Jason Riles or Craig Fitzgibbon, he has no assistant coaching history anywhere.
He's not a coach.
Well, he has. Well, he's becoming one.
Well, he's becoming one, yeah.
Right, but he
Takes
didn't.
5
He,
years.
he didn't do his apprenticeship anywhere as an assistant.
No.
Right, so in these situations, he hasn't been able to stand on the sideline and watch the main coach deal with adversity or success or whatever. He's learning all that on the run, and I don't think the Tigers have put a good team around him as well, right, to help him with that, and what we're going to do it at national level now. We're going to put someone there who's never coached anyone before.
the difference
Wayne
is,
Bennett's put his hand in as well.
Oh, is he good? The only difference is the quality of cattle you have in Australian team. It's less coaching and more
Exactly.
managing.
More managing than coaching.
And plus, that
Well, they're not managers either, George.
Well, you're going to have an assistant coach there, like, someone.
You'll get
I don't
his
know who you
assistants
are.
in. Yeah, for sure.
So you have an actual coach. But look, I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter, Australia.
He'll have Bellamy on standby
worry
there,
me.
like on his speed dial anyway, to tell him what
Yeah.
to do. So,
Probably.
but yeah, who would you like to see? Just go around.
Oh,
Tanya,
Australian
who
coach.
Australian coach. Who
Doesn't
would you want to
worry.
see as a Kangaroos coach?
give it the Kevy. Yeah, give it the
Is-
Kevy.
is- is
Give
it-
it the
is it the
Kevy.
same rule that they can't be coaching a club or
Yeah,
what?
they can't coach a club.
Can't coach. Yeah, you can't coach.
That's the rule.
You know, someone suggested the winner of the State of Origin, Slater or Daly, the winner of that should coach the Australian team.
Yeah.
I did it once apparently in an Origin series.
I'd go probably Kevy Waters. At
Kevy
this
Waters?
point,
Yeah, give it the Kevy.
Kevy?
He's a nice guy.
You
Is he a
think-
nice guy too? We don't know him down here that well.
Oh, we know he is. Come on, we know he
I
is.
like him.
Yeah.
I like Kevy. I like
The
Kevy.
guy won 5 premierships at Brisbane too.
Yeah.
He's no slouch.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, but he just comes across real weak. Like you're in a
He
position.
does, but you saw
Sorry,
some of the
but-
blow-ups last year, though.
Yeah.
Like he's not
Um,
weak. He's not weak.
Yeah, I can give it to Kevy to see if he's actually as good as what old mate says he is. What's his name? Who you talking about before? I think
the Raging
Tallis.
Bull. Yeah.
To me,
Tell us.
to me, Meninga's just a figurehead.
Yeah.
He really is.
That's what he is.
I'd give it to Freddie
I
Fittler.
think, yeah,
Give it
I
the
think
Freddy.
it'd be-
Give it the Freddy.
if they had they need to look at like
Does he want it?
No,
Yeah, I
wouldn't
think he's
give
put
it
his
to
head in.
me.
Oh.
I think he's putting his head in.
who
No,
has?
Fittler.
I can't take him seriously as a coach.
Yeah.
Can't even take him seriously as a commentator.
Or commentator, no. Commentator, no. Anyway.
All right.
Anyway.
And if you fail in the Origin arena, that doesn't necessarily qualify you to step up to the national arena, does it?
No, but it doesn't disregard you. I mean, that's Origin's hard. Origin's not what you know.
It's 3 games a year, George,
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot more to go into.
with the best team at
Origin.
your disposal.
Again, but it's I don't think he can coach. I don't think Freddie can coach. No, he can't coach. But
He's won a series.
yeah,
A couple of series.
yeah, but he can't coach.
Coached the Roosters.
Get someone.
Yeah,
Get
To a
someone.
wooden spoon.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's almost good
someone
as
fresh.
thing. It's almost good
Get
as
someone fresh
Benji.
in, like some really good assistant coach that's cracking around somewhere.
What
like,
about Jason Demetrio?
Give it. Oh, no, he's got a job. I think he's doing some.
Papua New Guinea.
Brad
Papua
Arthur,
New
man.
Guinea.
What about Brad
Oh,
Arthur?
don't worry.
Josh Hannay.
I'm a fan of Arthur. I'm a big fan of Brad.
There's
Arthur.
another coach in the waiting in the wings for a job.
Brad, he's a good coach.
No, Josh Hannay.
Oh yeah. Well, he's been around for
Yeah.
decades now.
Mm.
Waiting
Done
for
his
a job.
apprenticeship, man, like Benji.
Over 12 years.
who
now.
do you want to see, Artie?
Freddie Fittler. I'll rate him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The New South Wales Blues guys like him.
I'd rather
I reckon
give-
whoever gets it, I reckon if
Doesn't matter who
anyone,
gets
one
it.
of us gets it, we'll still win. I think it matters honestly. Seriously.
George knows where I'm coming from. I'd rather get Duneman.
That's
Terry Lamb.
0% coaching win record.
Oh no, poor
Let's
bastard. Poor bastard.
let's move on. Let's move on. Artie, the Dragons 20 points to 6 over Newcastle.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened.
You know what? All the games were great on the weekend except this one. This
They
was a
were so
bludger.
good.
This is bad.
It was a pretty boring game, but look, St George got out to an 18-0 lead at halftime. Played pretty good. Jaden Sewer got injured, unfortunately. But yeah, they looked good in the first half, but the second half was just so hard to watch. It was like watching paint dry. Newcastle were terrible. Scored a nice, neat try at the end off Leo Thompson. Now, this is something that you I heard today, which will excite you, George. What's his nickname for the New Zealand team in the New Zealand camp?
Who?
Leo Thompson.
What's his nickname?
Yeah, do you know what it is?
No.
Little Fish. You know why?
Why?
Because I reckon he's identical like Fisher Harris.
Really?
They reckon he's got the same traits and everything, and he models himself around Fisher Harris. So you guys have picked up a very good forward for next year. You'll love him. So Leo Thompson. Anyway, Nathan Lawson made his debut, came from Sevens Rugby, played for Australia and scored plenty of tries there, but he looked pretty good. Made 180 metres. But yeah, St George got the 2 points, smash and grab. We're in the 8.
What's wrong
You
with
beauty.
Newcastle? Is
They
is
won
there
last
something
week.
wrong?
They won the week
No, I
before.
know, but there's
I don't know. It's weird.
it's a tough one, isn't it?
It is.
They're very hard to predict.
They started like that one year, didn't they? And they went on a 7 or 8 game run and they made the finals.
Kayla Ponga.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're not
And
doing
then you got
this
Daly
shit.
Evans. I don't think they're doing that this year, but yeah, there's a lot
You
of.
didn't-
I don't know what it is.
You didn't mention the mailman?
He's not back. Oh, the mailman, Couchman, always
Couchman.
delivers.
Yeah,
The
come on.
mailman,
The Couchman. And you didn't say about your
Oh,
your
yes.
new your back rower.
the back
The,
rower.
Yeah, the tall guy who came.
He's a
on
front
and made
row
a try.
prop. Pacifica Tonga scored his
Yeah.
first try on debut on
looks
his
good.
second game.
looks
It's
good.
very good actually.
Yeah.
He's going to be a special talent. He's the size of Huss apparently. He's a huge unit.
Is it-
He's
that
got a lot of
guy-
skills.
Yeah.
They said he's like the tallest player in
I think he
NRL
is,
or
yeah.
something.
Pacifica Tonga, is
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's only
apparently when he was
19.
younger, he was a 5'8" or something. So he's got a lot of ball skills as well. So a big front row with ball skills. That's going to be pretty good to see. So looking forward to the future. We've got
Front row with big ball skills.
That's it.
And
So we've got Hamish Stewart, Couchman's, Egan, this guy now, Tonga. Our pack
looking
is
good.
building.
and St George was playing one short.
Oh, because we've got nepotism happening big time
Yeah,
with Flanagan.
That's me. That's my one. Okay.
He actually had a good game.
He had a good
He
game. He had a good game. He had a
And the
good
game should have been 32-6. If Val Holmes and Sloan didn't drop the ball over the line, it would have been a bigger score. But, you know, what can you do? So we're making breaks.
You know, I've got PTAD,
What's that?
So-
post-traumatic arthur disorder.
Mate, we drop the ball over the line all the time now. Sewer did it. Val did it on the weekend. Sloan. They must train for it in the bloody training paddock because they're very good at it, that's for sure.
You know
But
what?
anyway,
I want to talk about this game, but I can't because it was the bludger of the
it was a
week,
bludger.
so
It was a bludger.
Picked up 2 weeks. Move on.
Yeah.
What about the points?
Points. Oh, Jack DeBellin, I didn't mention him,
Yes.
and Clemmer had his best game. Jack DeBellin got 3. Clint Gutho he still gives us good service.
He's reliable, though.
He's very
How
reliable.
good is he?
I love him, mate.
He
He's
keeps
good.
on keeping.
We love him. And Cole Flanagan, I gave the nepotism king.
Come on, man.
He played a good game. Give him credit.
yeah,
Come
well,
on.
give him
It's one
credit.
game. Give him the 1 point. There you go.
Kicking off, it was just the one game on Friday night.
That's
wasn't it?
right, yeah,
Kicking off on Saturday. The Gold Coast, they went all right. They lost 28 points to 16 against the Storm, but they were in it.
I read it because did you see John Crease absolutely go off in the change room,
Yes.
throwing things around? Because
It didn't help them, and the weather was horrible.
Yeah, no,
But it was
I
the
think
same
that-
for both teams, obviously. But
I think the weather played a big part in Melbourne's performance. I don't think they were their very best.
I don't think his blow up helped them very much.
His blow up helps them anymore.
No.
Yeah, I think they're used to his blow up. They don't nothing can affect them now. But look, Melbourne won the game, and that's all I can say about this. I'm really feeling for the Gold Coast because I don't think they actually played that bad.
Is Desi really seriously under pressure now?
I don't know. You know, all I know is this: if Desi can't fix the Gold Coast, there is some massive cultural issues there.
I don't see him. Tanya, you've been quiet for a while.
No, I always smell. There's massive cultural issues with the Titans.
There's something there inbred,
see,
you know what I mean?
I don't see
a fan.
Desi getting sacked mid-season.
He's not going to
but,
get sacked.
Mate,
but it could very well happen at the end of the season if
No.
he's
there's
I
a-
feel for him though. Sammy was so good for the Titans, it was bucketing down.
It was really
Bucketing.
wet, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought so.
Like-
it was. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. This was a good game though.
Yeah, it was a good
like-
game.
Yeah, they didn't. You're right. They didn't play bad.
They didn't play bad. I love Jaden's Campbell. You would too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what? He plays good at 5'8". He plays good at fullback. He's just
Great player.
He's a good player. And so was Carl Piero. I don't know. I liked him. And see how Thingy Bob is a center. Kelly and what's the other guy? The 5'8".
Pereira. No,
They're centres. They're not when they move them around to 5'8", this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Tino, you know, I'm on. I know it's Nico's man crush, but I'll tell you what. If Nico moves away, I'm right there. He's
Yeah,
a
he's the best.
beast.
Mm.
He's a
He's
beast.
so loved, I think, nationally,
He's a
but
beast.
he's wonderful.
Yeah,
Everyone
he's
loves him.
awesome.
There's
Yeah.
talk Brad Arthur to replace Hasler.
Really?
Yep.
Be.
What do you think
Maybe.
Brad Arthur will do there?
I'm a fan.
I
Would he do
honestly
anything?
believe.
I don't know.
I honestly believe, and then I've expressed my opinion many times, and you guys have heard me say it many times. It was time for him to go
Yeah.
at Parramatta.
Yeah, sure.
But I think he's a really good coach. And teams like the Gold Coast or the Tigers, or like he would be a perfect fit.
Yeah, well, that's
for,
what they're talking
I
about.
believe for clubs
Both.
like those. Yeah.
Maybe.
Newcastle.
Maybe there's
That won't happen because his best mate is
Yeah,
coaching
he's
him.
best
But
man.
But I think he would be a really, really good fit. I think he's really good. He's almost Brian Smith like at pulling a team apart and rebuilding it, even if it's the same parts. You know.
Yeah.
I think he'd be really good. I honestly do. There's a job waiting for him here somewhere.
That's the room I've heard, man.
Yeah.
Because he's going to miss out on Perth. So now he's going Titans
You know,
possibly.
Desi might be too weird for him. Desi might be just too weird for him.
Desi,
I don't
he
know.
might be too weird for any club.
Oh, yeah. True. He's a weird bloke with Desi. He's a
Desi.
weird bloke. He's a very weird
I
bloke.
like Desi a lot.
I like Desi, but
I really liked him as a player.
I actually, me too. I actually thought that he'll pull this
Yeah.
Titans team together. I
did.
really thought he'll change their fortunes, but obviously it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. And let's give it to the end of the year. But I don't know. Now Melbourne got 2 points, and you know when you don't play really well and pick up
Yeah,
2
that
points,
one ugly.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's you know
And
it was.
It's always a sign of a good team.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It wasn't one of the greatest performances. It really wasn't. But they won. They got 2 points. They
Who
2
got the points in this
Points
one?
for this one? Falogo, the
Minorities.
winger. Falogo, he's a gun, this guy.
Yes.
He got the 3. Jaden Campbell got the 2. And Trent Liero backed up really well for the Melbourne Storm and played some good minutes. He played really
Yeah.
strongly, so he got the 3. The 1. Sorry, the 1 at the end.
Trent Liero lying around the ruck all the time. Huh?
Yeah.
Always lying around.
What
the
about
ruck.
that disallowed try? Verrills, right? There was 2 Melbourne players lying in the ruck. Verrills picks it up, scoots over. They disallowed it because they reckon he went past the guys. Well, there was 3 Melbourne guys lying all over the ruck, so they should have been penalised, but instead he got penalised for it.
It was a
That was a
try.
joke. That was
Yeah.
Some weird and
Typical
wonderful
Melbourne.
refereeing. Weird and wonderful.
The next game was a really odd one. Cowboys at home, 32 points to 28 over a fast finishing Tigers. I watched this with a couple of Tigers fans. I took a video and sent it to Tanya. You got to see how funny it was from where I was sitting, watching Dean and Ozzy
Oh no.
going nuts.
The fun game.
Ozzy literally jumps up and starts yelling at the television because he does that. I'm telling you, we watch games at home. I reckon people walking past think there's domestic violence or something going on because he screams at the top of his lungs. I'm going, dude, take it easy.
Go Aussie.
Right? He goes nuts. I love it. It's passion. For me, you know who lost this game for the Tigers? Jerome Luai.
why?
Because he got sin bin stupidly, right, after being warned twice by the referee for the same
3
thing.
times.
Yeah,
You know,
the-
before it happened, I was like,
Yeah.
I said to Corey, you watch, he's going to get sent off.
yeah.
This is it again.
And they caught 14 points in that spell that he was in the sin bin. And this is the guy who's supposed to be the leader.
He didn't play well. He didn't play in general well.
No, he
as
didn't.
Well.
They were,
And,
they were,
the
they were
Dewey-
finishing fast.
the Dewey centre
And they lost Dewey as well to 10 minutes.
That wasn't a centre.
And they
but-
scored 2 tries for
Oh,
that. They scored 20-something points
Yeah.
from
From
2
sin
sin
bins.
bins.
Yeah.
But do you know that they do that
Yeah.
continuously? The Cowboys, anytime that there's been a sent off in their game in 10
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah, they smash
they,
them.
they compile 14 points.
I didn't
every
think
time.
the Dewey one was a sin bin.
No, it wasn't. But
But the Jerome Luai, that was
Oh,
just
definitely.
Yeah,
stupidity.
yeah. Cost them in the end.
100%.
It cost them.
100%.
For sure.
In terms of the Cowboys, they got off to that big lead. Drinky, how good is he? That guy.
How good are they?
How good is
Purdue,
Drinky?
Drinky,
Oh, Purdue.
Nanai. Oh,
Purdue,
Eden.
yeah.
Oh,
I
Nanai.
love Eden.
oh no.
Eden is amazing.
Who's that?
He's-
Purdue?
No, Dearden. I
Oh,
hope they sign
Dearden.
him.
Oh, how good is Dearden? You
I
know,
hope
you know
they
what?
sign him.
I think of these players and all flashes of their brilliance come to me, and then their age comes to me, and I don't really
Yes.
know how old the Drinky is, but I know that Purdue and I know Dearden. I
Dearden's
know they're
quite young.
youngsters. They're all young. They're all under
captain
23. Oh man, these kids are so good. Even Reece Robson backed up really well. You know what? No one can pass a ball off the ground like Reece. Really,
He's
honestly.
great. The Roosters are going to.
Yeah. The service
And
is going to
building
give the
beautifully.
DC. The service going to give the DC is going to be mind blowing. And they got off to a lead, and all of a sudden they put the rack in the queue. Is that right?
Queue in the rack.
Queue in the rack, and off the Tigers come back. Was it a fun game? Yes. Was it a high quality game? Probably not, but I think Cowboys were quality at some stage, and the close finish made it, or the comeback made it a fun game. But I don't think the Tigers deserve to be anywhere in this game. Personally, that was that's my opinion.
Well, they played a quarter of the game, one man short. So
Well, that was it.
That-
the two
and that's-
Simbins, yeah. Well, that
that's
did it.
themselves to blame for getting
Yeah.
the Symbians. So.
especially the Jerome one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But anyway,
The leader.
the leader. Yeah.
What are the points for this one?
Dearden got 3 points. Luai got no. Luai didn't get any. Stafford Toa. He was very good in the centres.
man.
Very good.
Oh my gosh,
He played good.
I forgot to bring him up. He's amazing.
Isn't he?
He's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Isn't
oh,
he?
amazing.
He's.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah. Sorry, Artie, I got excited.
Yeah, no, he's good. No, he's good. Yeah.
Stafford Toa is better than I thought he was a couple of years ago, and he keeps on getting better.
Yeah.
And he's probably, okay, Buller, the dream. Buller is
Buller's good, yeah.
he's the one.
Mm.
But Stafford Toa is not very far
Yeah, he's
behind
good.
him.
He's
He
good.
can. He's a special human.
And the final point went to Jackson Paulo. Nearly ran for 300 metres at the Cowboys. The guy was awesome. Back from the Cowboys. So they're the 3-2-1.
And the game that followed that is the one we touched on just a little bit earlier. The Seagulls 34 at home over the Broncos 6.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya,
Which one?
I know we already spoke about it.
Broncos fans can't shit on Mam too much because he's the only one that scored a try.
Yeah.
And he gave to the crowd too.
Yeah. They're just that we spoke about it before. They just can't get into it. That's it.
But why? It's been 4 performances of like the week before they lost to a team with Flanagan and King Tonga at the halves, and they were dreadful that day. If they played any top 6 team, they would have lost by 50.
What I notice with them is if they're winning in the first half, they'll usually like shit the bed in the second. But if they can't get control by the 30th or the 40th minute in the first half, they're not coming back. Like they've got to score a couple of tries, and they've got to in the second half they have to understand that they just need to I don't know what they're doing. They're all over the place.
So you're
Pass it
talking
out.
Broncos, yeah. So this is what I'm not going to comment on the general thing. I'm going to comment about this game. What I saw about this game is that they didn't help each other. They didn't work hard for each other. They didn't cover the inside runner or the outside runner. Once Manly was going for their shapes, and then the forwards sort of changing their projection, so going one way, then hitting inside shoulder instead of outside shoulders. They were all turnstiles. And in saying that, he scored a try, Israel Man, but the next couple of sets after that, he was a turnstile for Hopewadi. So there's something happening more than we think is happening there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they can say that on top level that we're working for each other, this and that, but I'm talking about what I'm seeing on the field for the last month or 6
I
weeks.
just saw in the first 20 minutes just defeat. Like they were so flat. And again, like don't condone anything, but Mam gets slight reprieve because I think if I was trying to do my job and a group of people were screaming at me.
No,
It's not Man's fault.
It's a good point,
around
Tam,
it.
because it was evident early on that they just didn't look on. Brisbane.
Yeah.
Like they just something was flat. I still maintain. I think we're going to see something different. I'm not even sure who they're playing yet this week, but
the goal.
Titans.
okay, I think we're going to see something different.
smash
That's a game where you regain your form. Sorry, Desi, but
Maguire gets his spine back for the first time this week, so he
Yes,
should. He'll
yeah.
get Mam, Reynolds, and Walsh all back. So
and
it's his first time he's got that.
Yeah, and he did absolutely. the players absolutely did come out and back the coach.
Yeah.
today.
Not the coach's issue.
Yeah,
They'll
they said
smash
that-
whoever they're playing. They'll smash.
They said the media's beating this up, and it's on us. You know, so
But the thing is, they've had a Bronco, like, again, like, I'm probably the harshest person in Australia on them, but Martin left. You've got all this stuff going on with Mam. While she's out, he's then in another media thing. Like, I'm not disillusioned that other clubs aren't going through the same stuff, but they keep on, you know,
the distractions you don't
rolling.
need.
Yeah.
You don't need them. You don't
Not
need,
to
and you
mention
need.
all the other stuff that they've got going on too.
And I know he wasn't setting the world on fire before he got injured, but they're missing Reece Walsh.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
massive.
And maybe Man might unlock him to become good again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They missed Man.
And let's not forget, Manly were really good.
No, Manly were good.
They were good.
Manly were really
Aren't
good.
they a weird team?
Kawadu was really good.
And they'll lose to Newcastle. Man. You don't know. Like, that's
they
Manly.
remind me of. They remind me of the Dragons.
Last
you
year,
guys.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, I just kind of this whole season has been
Especially Manly.
like all over the place. Like you just don't know
Yeah.
who to tip from week to week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's been strange.
What's
Anyone
Manoli
get
thinking? of
points,
this?
Hardy?
Well, you know what? The man that's been playing the best all year for Manly is Lehigh Hopewadi, and he didn't disappoint. The guy was
Yeah, he was
amazing.
good,
He
yeah.
was sensational.
He's going to be the best hop away from all of them.
Yeah, he is. He's a fantastic player. He got the 3. Payne Haas put in a huge effort. I know Brisbane played poorly, but Payne Haas.
No, he was
Did you see
massive.
that chase he did?
Yeah.
The guy's massive. So he got the 2 and DC got the 1. His kicking game was on
Yeah.
fine touch. It was beautiful.
DC was on the back end some criticism from Origin. I think
Exactly,
he had
yeah.
a point to prove as
That's
well.
right, yeah.
I can't believe
He
they're
answered-
talking about maybe dropping him. That, to
He
me, that's
answered every
absurd.
question. He answered everybody's questions Saturday night.
Yeah. But we'll see Manly lose to the bye next week. That's how they are.
Yeah.
They're just a weird team.
That's right.
On Sunday, Warriors got up over the Rabbitohs in a close one, 36 points to 30. I didn't see this one because I was driving
good.
home from the South
So good.
Coast, and
So good.
I couldn't watch it because I was on the phone the whole time. So, tell me what happened, guys.
So good. So good. So good.
Yeah.
What happened? Warriors got out to a big lead in the
Rick
first
James
half.
is first.
What was that?
Rick James is first.
Rick James.
Mm.
Rick James first. What was the score half time, Artie?
George,
Remind me?
South got to a 12-4 lead with over 8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And then Warriors got back to 14-12. So South got the lead. South got the early lead.
How they skip ahead at 36-12 at one stage?
Oh, let me have a look.
They
But
skipped
yeah,
away.
they skipped away. Then they skipped away for
They
sure.
skipped away. Then all of a sudden, Latrell decided to be a
Latrell.
superhuman.
Yeah, I know. He was
Latrell decided to be a superhuman.
We've always said it.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
the-
yeah, exactly. We always say the same
The
thing.
only criticism is that he just doesn't do it often enough. Yeah.
He decided to be superhuman, and how many tries did he set up, Artie? It was 3 or 4 of them. Or
Yeah.
everything was off him. Everything was off him. Alex Johnson scored his 200th try.
Yeah.
He scored a hat trick, Nicola,
Yeah.
in the game. Colin Matangi once again, absolutely brained him. Mitch Barnett unfortunately got injured.
Yes.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
He's out for the season.
He's out for the season, yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Done his ACL?
Yes.
Gone.
Benito la musica.
Huge
Does
loss.
that has to open the door for Kalama Matangi in Origin, doesn't it?
Surely, yeah.
He's been so good.
He has been.
I'm
I
stunned.
can't believe he was left out to begin with.
I know.
I'm sorry, I'm stunned. But Barnett's gone.
Barnett's
Gone,
gone, mate.
yeah.
I didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, that changes things. Normally for New South Wales for the Wales as well. Nickel Klotstack, check this for me, Ari, because people are going to think I'm lying. He ran for over 300 meters. 300 and what was it? 360 meters.
339.
39. Sorry.
He's
So
amazing.
I don't know how you can run for over 300 meters. I have no idea. He must be everywhere. Think about it. He ran over, and he didn't make many breaks. He ran for over 300 meters. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Rick James, was it his first game back? Was it?
No, he's back last
Yeah,
week.
it's
I
been a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
He keeps on impressing. The Dally M Player of the Year.
Luke Metcalf.
He just keeps on keeping on.
He's brilliant.
I don't know if he's going to really win the Dalian Player of the Year, but to what he started with this year at Vegas and what he is now, it's two completely different human beings. My man did the fish play, and the fish played really well as well. But the story here on the other side was Latrell decided to make it personal, and he just put on a platter 3 tries, Nicola, and it was fun and it was entertaining, and they were coming back, and I actually thought that Latrell, not South, Latrell would get him.
And he had a disappointing Origin game, you know.
A very disappointing.
Quite one for his standards, you know.
Very disappointing.
But yeah, it was good for him to back it up with a good performance like that to remind us how good he is.
T, we're on Jai Gray watch. Here's a new one. The month of June, we're going to be counting down Jai's tries.
Yeah.
So every time we're going to count. Well, how many you reckon? How many you reckon he'll score in the month of June? We're going to pick a player every month.
Depends if he's got it. Like if he's getting put in. If he's starting.
On the bench, isn't he? He's on the bench.
He's on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the only reason I picked him because I know he's your favourite player, or one of your favourite players.
I don't know how many games are they playing this month. I've got the ladder. Have they got any buys?
Oh, they might have buys. Sorry, T. He's going to have to score 1, surely.
Yeah, I'd say between 1 and 3 for sure.
3, done. I'll track it every week. Go, Jai Gray.
Okay, just to give you a thing, he's got bye in round 12. Oh, sorry. So they got Canberra next week, the Dogs, Storm, and then the Dolphins.
Look, they got an easy run. Oh, sure. What I picked Jai Gray for? He's going to carve up. Don't listen to Artie. Don't listen to Artie.
Oh,
he's going to carve up. Jai Gray's going to carve up.
2 tries, I think you got it there, Tanya. I think it's a good call. Good call.
He's too short. How are they going to tackle him?
No, yeah. The safe
He's
bet.
so great. He's awesome. That was a really good game, that Warriors game.
When he came on, did you see the change? He actually made a difference when he came on.
Yeah, he needs to start. Like I think at the beginning of the year we were talking so much about him. He was Daily M like number 1 for weeks.
But Latrell coming back was always going to throw that, right?
Yeah. He'll I think he'll find his way. Tell you, I think he'll find his way in the starting team, but we don't know where. I honestly believe I'm with you. He should start. He's amazing, but where? So let's see what happens. Supercoach knows what he's doing.
Supercoach. Comments from the Supercoach.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1 for that one. We got Luke Metcalf. He got the 3 points. Latrell got 2, and Foxstart got the 1 point.
Did you give me 1?
Yeah.
After 330 metres?
Yeah, well, Luke Metcalf was sensational.
Yeah, I know he was.
Did you notice there was one kid to keep an eye out for? Is Halasima, played for Warriors. He was pretty damn good. He scored a nice try, but he's the guy I'm going to keep my eye on now for the rest of the season.
He's the goods.
Very good.
He's the goods.
And what? It was his first or second game.
Yeah. He's an animal. How good is he?
Like him.
He's another fish.
Mm-hmm.
The next game, Panthers and Eels at CommBank Stadium.
17th was 15th.
Yeah, it was actually a really good game.
Great game.
It was really tight. Cleary pulled off a great 40-20 late in the game, which pretty much sealed the win for them. Like I said earlier, I was happy. I was happy with what I saw. I know it sounds silly coming against a team that at that time was sitting last, but we're talking about Penrith, and I think they win 2 or 3 games. They make the 8. They're dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But they played really well. All Origin players backed up them.
Yeah.
We only had 2, but Penrith had quite a few. I don't know what to say. I mean, I was actually happy. I mean, I wasn't happy with the result, but I was happy with what I saw after the fact.
It goes to show what a strong comp this one is, when you've got the 2 teams at the bottom performing, giving us a game like that. You know what I mean?
Really,
it was
really
a top
entertaining
game, very
game.
good quality game.
Yeah.
And there was the 2 teams at the bottom. So it's a strong competition this year. Anyone can win it, I think.
Yeah.
T?
Yeah, I think did you watch it, Nick? Or did you watch the
No, I watched it. I got home in time for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of found it a little bit boring. Like
You
the
found
game.
this one boring.
Yeah.
It was good, but I felt like because I was super excited, I actually tipped the Eels. I thought the Eels would win. Like they're on a really good run. I thought they would be, I don't know, like I felt like it would be a bit more energetic. I don't know. I just I probably
It
just
was a
want
grind fest.
Yeah,
It
it
was a
was.
grind fest of a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I think it was funny because Corey tipped the Panthers, and I was like, "Shut up! Next team is the Eels." But I don't know. I think from seeing the Eels have such a good couple of weeks, like for them to only score 2 tries, like I don't know. It was a grind fest. Nice to see that Cleary can convert again. Hopefully, can bring that
Well,
to
I
the
mean, yeah, the Panthers were really good defensively. Like there was a point there in the second half where the Eels had a huge lopsided possession swing,
yes.
but couldn't get across the stripe. So
Like the first half, it was great. Like I think it
Yeah.
was just I think when I get to a point where I'm like, oh, I know where it's going. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
just, and you're just
Yeah.
wanting them because they scored they score? They scored in the 45th minute at a car, and then nothing happened for 35 minutes
Yeah.
from the but yeah, definitely grind fest at the beginning. Like it was quite aggressive.
It was
which
an
I-
arm wrestle. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought Cleary played very well.
Couple of interesting points I want to bring out to this, just to get your views on that. Jack Williams, I thought he was very unlucky not to get a try allowed, but it looked like the ball touched the line, and they disallowed
looked like it did.
It looked like it did. That was a tough call, and that
that-
would have made a difference.
The on-field call was no try, so they couldn't overturn it.
But it clearly,
Depends on what angle. There was one angle that it looked like
it looked like it
yeah.
did, yeah. And how good is Zach Lomax going when you can slip when you do a kick for goal and still kick it in?
Cameron Smith style.
He was.
Remember when Cameron Smith did that?
I still think Lomax looks better in the red V, but anyway, he's playing well for the Parramatta Eels. He's doing a great job.
Isn't it funny how he's happy to be a winger now?
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
he's playing well. He's having a great season.
He hasn't put a foot wrong.
He's been
like
good.
seriously, he hasn't. Even in the bad games in the early rounds.
He's outstanding.
And New South Wales, he was outstanding in that.
yeah.
He's outstanding. You mentioned Jack Williams.
He was great.
How good is he?
He's good. Good pickup.
I didn't know who this guy was. He's so
sharp.
It's
good.
funny because there was one
He's
point.
so good.
There was one point in this. It might have been the first half.
Yeah.
I think where they screwed up. They ran a line and they screwed it up. Moses tried to pop it to Jack Williams. He ran the wrong line and it ended up being a knock on. You know,
Mm.
and the replay showed Moses ripping into him. Right, like really giving it to him. Not 2 minutes later, they ran the same line, and he puts Williams into a hole.
Does it?
That's good. And even the commentators were saying, "See, this time he got it right." You know, that's why he was in your ear. You know, no, he's been really. He came from the Dogs. Sorry, he came from Sharks.
Sharks, yeah.
Yeah,
Thought so, yeah. He's good.
really
He's
good,
So
really good. Yeah,
Like I said, I didn't expect him to be this good, but you know what? I enjoyed this game. This was a great game.
yeah.
Zach, you know what? Parramatta, they're ahead of schedule. I believe that their coach knows now that they're ahead of schedule. He's found some diamonds in the juniors. He's brought some diamonds over, and I think that the fullback Longy, I think, and did you say he got dropped this week? The new winger,
Papali.
Papali did get dropped. Okay, but even him, he's
I think he's the next six.
he might even be the next six. Nicola, he might even be the next six. Yeah, Mitch played well. Even we talked about Brownie before the pack performed. I thought they were good. I thought they were really good. Penrith to me seemed like they were just trying too hard. Nathan looked like he was just trying too hard, and you know what? When you throw shit on the wall, things come off, and some things came off. I honestly believe Dylan Edwards is on one leg. Honestly,
Yeah, I know. I don't know how
looks-
he gets
he
picked
looks
out of
hurt.
Teddy.
He looks actually Teddy was outstanding.
Yeah, I
in
know.
the
We'll
next
go
game.
back to that. Yeah, don't worry.
And you know what? They didn't exploit Parramatta didn't exploit the issues that Penrith still have on the left hand side. McLean, Toho, they couldn't catch a cold, honestly, and they didn't go that way. Mitch was going back the other way because he had out a car on the other side, and that's where all the damage was happening. So that's fair enough. But I thought there was an opportunity there, but they didn't go. They didn't go there. I had fun. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
I had fun. I thought it was a great game, and I think both teams, like one team trying to find its former glory, which they're not going to make the 8 on reality. Let's get real. And Penrith, and Parramatta, well ahead of schedule.
I think Penrith will make the 8.
They were.
They'll
Okay?
just make the
They
8.
won't make the 8.
Just 'cause
But
it's-
I think
Parramatta,
one thing to point out as well, 12 games have not yet started a full strength back line.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, they're well ahead of schedule.
Because of injury and everything. Still, Bailey Simonson's still out and he was going so well.
This week is pretty close, but things back.
No, Bailey Simonson's still out.
No, Penasini's back.
Panasini's back.
He only missed 1 week because of an HIA.
Panasini.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was out more longer.
Bailey Simonson's been the best back so far since he returned because he came back in game 4 and in 2 games he was leading the competition in post-contact meters. In 2 games.
He's very good. He's very good.
But yeah, he's still out. So
How long is he out for?
You got the forward, I forgot his name. He's still out. He's still out for a few more weeks, Bailey Simonson, about another 5-6 weeks.
Whoa. Okay.
The forward's out for a few more weeks as well. I forget his name. But yeah, I mean, every team has their injury problems.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, interestingly, the back line has not yet. Sean Russell shouldn't be there, George.
Yeah, I know. I know you're not a fan of
No, but he shouldn't be there. If Bailey Simonson's
Yeah,
there,
no.
they're
Yeah.
starting the back line at full strength.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Sean Russell shouldn't be there. He's a fill-in.
yeah.
So, and he's a weak link, I've got to say. I'll be honest.
You know he's related to Riles.
Is he?
Nah, mate.
No, I was going to say no way.
Look, I mean, he's just.
I'm joking.
Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but
You know what? They did really well, and I still believe.
no, I was
keep
happy
on-
with the
I
performance.
keep
yeah.
on saying it. They're ahead of schedule. They're well
I was
ahead of
happy with the
schedule.
performance.
Well ahead.
But yeah, points for this one.
Cleary got the 3 points for this one. Iongi, who has been outstanding for the
How good
Eagles.
is he?
What a great buy that
He's
is.
so good.
He's so good.
He's
He
so
got the 2 points. And Dylan Inwood's actually ran a lot of meters, so he got the 1. So I don't know what Manoli's drinking.
And
No, get that Uzo off him.
He's got 1 leg, but he's
what
still
a-
got 1 point from Manoli anyway.
what about in the last game, the Raiders? They had 2 contentious calls go against them. Still managed to get home 26 to 24. They're the real deal. this year.
They are the real deal.
And that's another reason why I'm in the bin because I shat on them at the start of the season, but they've made me look like a fool.
You know what? If you wait long enough, you get gold. And Sunday night, after the Parramatta game, I did not expect this, but this was gold. This was something special. This was out of the box. And let me tell you, Canberra did win, but let me tell you, Roosters, they played their ass off. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for their middles, a little bit of an experience, they had this on toast.
There were 2 contentious, very contentious
Very
calls.
contentious, yeah.
Yeah, okay, there was. Okay, tell us about the contentious issues straight away, Artie. Bring it up.
Well, there was one just 30 seconds before half time where it looked like a knock on from the Roosters. They ended up scoring from it. Teddy Tedesco ended up scoring. And
Yeah.
And how good was
if they won, Teddy, what's his name? Ricky Stewart would have gone absolutely
That's what I'm spewing about.
nuts in the
I
dressing
was
room.
hanging for that press conference.
Oh, yeah, would have gone nuts.
He was actually very normal.
Because they won.
Good, yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, so that was...
But he did, but he did at one point in the press conference, he did do another Ricky Stewart
Did he?
when he was talking about how good his team was. And he said something like, referring to the media,
Yeah.
'cause none of you blokes thought we could do it.
Did he say that?
None of you blokes, none of you blokes.
And they
He
did
can't
it.
help himself.
And they did it.
He can't help himself.
You know what? They Canberra bought. They re-signed their little hooker. Forget his name. And they bring in another hooker from Newcastle. What's the Newcastle hooker again? The brothers from
Brayley.
Brayley. Yeah, there's no need.
No, Paddy was awesome. He was,
Paddy, I've been hearing this name for the last 2 years. Owen Paddy. What do you say,
Gun.
Owen Paddy? I haven't looked in the Reggies. Owen Paddy. Oh my godfather.
he's good.
He's so good.
Oh my godfather. We talk about Galvin. Oh
I
my
know. There's so many good young
godfather.
kids coming through.
This is ridiculous. And you know what? I never saw Ethan Sanders. Oh my god.
Oh no, how good's he?
Oh my
That's the
God.
halves. That's their future halves. Strange and Sanders. That's gun halves.
This is crazy. This Canberra team, what they got under
Ricky Stewart is building
Yeah,
the best
absolutely.
team.
He said that. He actually said, you've got a glimpse into our future.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But you know,
Hey, Sanders would have come in handy at Para, eh?
Now I can't believe. You know what? I heard the talk, but I didn't really see it. Oh my!
Well, no one knew Dylan Brown was leaving.
Yeah, I know. That's
These guys' paths were blocked. Blaze Talagi, these guys' paths were blocked
yeah.
by Moses and Brown.
Actually, even Blaze, and we got off Penrith. Even Blaze, I saw enough.
He's
of
getting
Blaze.
better and better.
Yeah.
I saw enough of him of developing. Now he won't be this year, and he might not even be.
He's
next
getting
year.
better and better.
It takes time.
He will be a 5'8". He will be an outstanding 5'8", and they haven't learnt the Penrith way yet, but they will. And he's got all the talent in the world. But this Sanders guy, I mean, this strange guy. Sanders. Oh my Godfather. You know what? When I heard Fogarty was out,
What the?
sorry, technical difficulty.
Oh, that was a good one.
technical difficulty.
That was brilliant.
That was
What
good.
the?
That was good. That was
I loved
outstanding.
it. I loved
Why?
it.
How? Why? Stop! Hold the phone, Chuck. Why did I not know that we had that sound effect?
I don't know what.
I would have been using it every week.
I have no idea what.
Which button was it?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll press the ball.
Oh,
We'll
that's
see.
the best.
Now
sound
that I know
effect.
we've got that,
What?
I'll
That's
be
all
you
of
like.
them. I can't
Did you
press
hit?
them. That's all of them.
You didn't hear it, but you'll hear it when you hear it back. You'll hear it. I'm not going to cut it out.
So I bumped my laptop and your book fell and hit the control pad,
I
And we
heard
heard-
something.
and we heard a sound effect that I didn't know we even had.
That's what the boy wonders got in.
I'll be bloody well using that every
which one
week
it is?
moving
That is-
We'll
forward.
push it later. We'll find
That
it.
was brilliant.
That was so good.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this game was insanely physical, but at the same time insanely fast. East were outstanding. You know what, Marky Mark? How good he is with ball in hand is how bad he is,
Is that
with ball in the air.
Is that the guy with the long last name?
Yeah, what's his
Yeah.
name again, Adi?
No.
What do you call him?
Now I
Marky
can
Mark.
it-
Marky Mark, yeah.
Yeah.
Qantas.
You know what Robinson said about him in
What did he
the
say?
press conference?
What did he say?
Because he made a couple of handling errors.
Yeah.
Right?
Led the
Robinson,
tries.
he said, the kid's got a big future. It's just up to him.
Hmm.
He said once he learns to get that out of it, if he decides
Oh, yeah.
he can be as good as he wants to be, if he
Oh, yeah.
chooses to be, yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
He's-
Gus is probably already talking to him, guys.
Oh, for sure.
Gus is talking to him. He'll be a blue and white.
What about
man.
Sandon Smith? Is he going to be leaving?
Sandon Smith?
Sandon Smith.
Apparently.
He's gonna
Yeah.
If DC goes, that's
He's
terrible.
going to go.
Or they're talking that they might loan him. Give him
Yeah,
to a
like-
club for a loan for a year and then bring him back like Harry Grant with Tigers.
Because this is only a 1 year
It's
deal.
a 1 year deal.
Is it a 1 or 2?
Hmm.
One.
One. Okay.
Well, I
Well,
don't know,
maybe.
yeah, so-
Maybe.
One
They
year,
don't need
one-
him.
What I heard is 1 year, 1 million.
Okay.
They don't need him.
I like Sandon Smith.
He's very good. I've told you from ages. This guy's got. I would
I-
love
I-
him at St George. Him and Atkinson, best halves.
You know what? I think you're right. I don't think they need DC, but I think the deal's been done
Yeah.
and they can't back out of it
The
now.
deal's been done.
Because they didn't expect, Roosters didn't expect the kids to come on so quickly,
Yeah.
and they've come on quickly. They've come on so quickly. And you can see that they're all working for each other, and that's what I like. These two teams, the best thing about them is that they work from the inside. They cover their mistakes. When a team makes a long break, you look back and the line's set. So they're really good, and Canberra does
Sound
that
effect.
so
Yeah,
much.
you're
I'll find it. So they're really good. Look, Canberra was really good, and I can't wait to watch them again. The cat Horsburgh must play Origin.
He's got the best kicking game in the comp.
He's got the best kick in the comp.
Did you see the little kick he put through again?
Doesn't let it kick up, but he's got it in his arsenal.
He's
But
got it in his Arsenal.
what I do like about him is he's really aggressive. I was going to say
Yeah.
the C word there too. He's
He's
really
a good player.
yeah.
That's who Queensland need.
They need him.
Queensland need Horsburgh.
They need.
I wrote my whole team list for when I become a coach in the second game.
Good girl.
Raiders is just one of those teams. I said it last year, like Warriors, Raiders, they're like ninjas. They're just coming through.
Yeah.
Gonna be, I reckon Eels is in there, like Cowboys, because I was worried about Holmes going and Felt going last year.
Hmm.
But like I love Raiders. Hudson
good.
Young, like
Hudson Young.
Tupney, like
Oh.
they're like the Cowboys, George. Like when you isolate each player,
Yeah.
and even Dolphins, and you go, oh my god, and then you realize they're all like Dolphins is another one that's up and coming.
Oh, I love Dolphin. I love
But-
the Finns.
But again, like not to keep going about Galvin, but there are way better players, young kids that are
Yeah.
I think so. I
like
think
that.
so.
Robert Toya, who played for Queensland.
Robert Toya, he's 20.
Roosters player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
He's
Outrageous for
he's
20.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, Hudson Young, he's aggressive, but you've obviously got him on your side.
That's
But
an
yeah,
Artie George battle ongoing.
Oh no, I'm there.
That's
I'm
not
there.
on you?
I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm
Yeah,
there. I'm there.
thanks.
Hey, can you tell me how old Owen Paddy is?
Oh, and Paddy.
Just curiosity. Is he
Sure.
another? Is he another just 20-year-old?
yeah,
kid?
he'd be a baby.
Probably.
He would be a baby. But you've got, yeah, like
He
all
was
these.
so outstanding. Like I'm watching. I'm going, who's this kid? Who's he? Owen Paddy. That's the kid. That's him. And then who's
21.
getting the ball. 21. Oh, God. So he's coming into his patch now.
Guess where he was born, George.
What was that? He was
Guess where he was born.
born when?
This
He was born in
way.
Queensland.
Oh, in England.
In
Queensland.
Queensland.
Shit.
That's all right. Now, if we follow the Queenslanders pattern, that means he'll play for New South Wales.
He's a Queenslander.
Just like Greg Inglis and all the rest of them, right?
Mm.
Well, Tina was born in Orange or did grow up in Orange. That doesn't matter.
Oh, and Paddy was born in Queensland.
Yeah,
Queenslander.
that's what Tina. That's what they
Yeah.
said.
Sorry.
Great game, Artie. Give
Points.
us
Mate,
give us the points.
There's
This was-
one thing I just want to bring
this
up.
was good,
Did you
so
see
good.
that there's another talking point here? The Raiders, they scored an absolute cracker of a try where this guy put a kick in, and then I think the guy held him back. They ended up
Oh
scoring
yes,
for it.
yes.
And then it was a penalty to the Roosters because they
Oh, I
called
don't
him
know.
offside, but he wouldn't have been offside if the guy
Didn't hold him back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
a bullshit call.
That was, yeah,
That was rubbish, but that
was-
goal was good. That was a mad try, and they just robbed them from
That
it.
was one of the contentious calls.
It
right?
was. That was the second one, yeah.
That was the two, yeah.
And what about the beginning where Marky Mark scores a beautiful try right there? And then off the kickoff, Mr.
drops
Poo-Poo drops it off the kickoff. Did you see that? That was the most messiest drop ball I've ever
What
seen.
about Tupu's try where he actually waited
Yeah,
for
he
the
waited for
referee
about
to-
half an hour, had a coffee.
see that?
Had a
What
little,
a crazy try.
okay.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
He's so
Just
bad.
Put the
with
damn
it.
ball down, right? I'm looking at him going, what's he doing? You
No
know?
movement.
In the meantime, the defender he came flying in and out of the screen.
Hudson Young.
In one side, out
You know what?
Tupou was still sitting there with the
What
ball
I
up.
hate
Yeah.
watching with the Roosters, I said this to Nick. The minute anything happens, like Teddy could be right at the other end of the field, and he is the first one to the ref whinging. He is right in front of the ref. All
That's his
He's
job.
the captain.
That's
Yeah,
his job.
yeah.
How
Tell you
come?
that's
How
his job.
come?
Have you
Even
seen
when the
Reynolds?
ball is
Have you seen Reynolds?
How
Straight
come,
there,
how
always
come
there,
you
straight
don't
away
apply?
there.
How come you don't apply the same level of oomph to Ricky Stewart with his whinging in press conferences?
I love Ricky Shirt. He's great.
Yeah.
Everyone's
He's the
shocked
best.
that you don't
That's
like
such a
him.
that's such a Tanya response.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't come back to it.
That was good. This was gold.
It was-
Yeah, it was.
I
This
reckon
was
this is
a
the best
nightcap
game.
of.
It was.
And you know what? Canberra's the best team in the comp because they've got more victories than any other.
I know they are.
team.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the turning point in that game was done by the ex-winger from St George, Tamale, where a miracle ball out of the sideline. They were
Well,
18
yes,
minutes
yes,
and he
yes,
threw
yes.
Back in, yeah.
They
Was he-
scored
is
after that. Canberra went
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
roll.
Is
So
he a Saints
he's a
player?
top player, man. We got
That
him from New
was
South
that.
Wales
I
Rugby.
saw a similar thing with the
player.
Cowboys a year or
Yeah.
two ago.
Yeah.
He was out for all money, and when I saw that ball flying back in, I'm like, how
How
did
did
he do
it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was massive.
Oh, they're so good, the wingers. They're so athletical. But what I like about both these teams, and particularly Canberra, their middles. Oh,
They're the
punishment,
best. Yeah.
punishment.
3 points
love
went to Tamale. That's why I threw that in because he got the 3 points with that beautiful punt. He was great all,
That
all
was
game.
incredible,
He was
yeah.
a top player. He played really well. I don't know why we let him go. 2 for Tedesco, who's having an outstanding season. I don't know
Teddy.
why he's not picked, but anyway. And Kia Weeks got the 1 point. He had a really good game at the
Carved up.
bull. At the
I
Carved
don't
up.
see Tanya, just block your ears for a second. I don't see Dylan Edwards outperforming Tedesco. At the
No,
moment.
no
I
way.
don't know how.
No way.
how
Teddy's the
not
best
doing.
fullback in the game. But look,
Gone to another level this year. It's like he's gone to a different level.
yeah, I can't believe how good he's playing. You know what? He's been a leader for these kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why. He saw it's a young team, so he's just lifted to that level.
And the Bulldogs, the Sharks, and Dolphins all had the bye.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
So the Bulldogs are going to be well rested for this. I'm going to go off the radar for a few days next week. So moving into Artie's crystal ball.
Crystal ball. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's do the tips. Last week we got let's see what we did last week. 5 points went to Nick, 5 to Tanya. George, I gave you tips.
All the way.
Well, guess what? You got 6 anyway. And Nardi got 4. So there you go. I just predicted the tips that I knew you would pick.
Yeah, okay.
And you only got the Broncos wrong. So we've got Tanya leading the leaderboard on 62.
KT.
George on 59.
Woohoo.
Me on 56, and Nick, who's given up. Maybe you should go all the away teams again, mate.
Yeah,
You'll
no.
come up to second.
What am I on?
50. You're way behind. 12
Okay.
behind.
12 points behind.
Away.
We're only 12 games.
Oh,
in.
that's right. Yeah, you wait till the last.
It's in the bag.
It's in the bag.
Listen,
It's in the bag.
You guys,
He's doing a Napoli. He's doing a Napoli.
You guys know me better than that. It ain't over till it's over.
It's ain't over
He's
till it's
doing
over.
he's doing a Napoli for us.
Second place is the first loser, and it's the truth. I don't want to be at the we're in. Don't worry. Let's start right now.
That's it. So kicking off this round, we've got
All
the
round.
Knights up against the Sea Eagles. We've got Kalen back for the
Yep.
Knights. Trebojevic is back for the Sea Eagles.
Oh no.
Which one?
Oh, sorry, Jake.
Turbo.
Yeah, sorry.
That's-
No, not
that's
Turbo.
three.
Jake.
Oh, is it Turbo back?
Tommy
What about-
Turbo's
what
out.
about
It's
Ben?
Jake, the back rower.
What
Ben
about Ben?
played. Ben played.
I said to Nick at the
Tampon.
Tampon.
when Eagles were playing, I was like, "Is that the shit to avoid Rich mother?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, "I don't like him."
Can we seriously for 1 second just Turbo Trebojevic,
Mm.
right? I'll get caned for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The guy's had one good year that I've ever seen in his whole career.
Maybe two.
He had one good year,
Mm.
and he's been injury riddled and done nothing to stand out ever since. I don't understand what all the hype is about.
It's just the media thing.
I don't think
Okay.
you'll get.
Got it off my chest.
When
I
he's
think
on,
you're
he's on.
right. We've said it before.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's had one good year. He had one great
It's
year,
Artie's nickname. Thing.
and he's
Tampon.
done. Yeah,
But,
he's done nothing since.
It's weird because when he's on, but he's never on because he's never on the field.
Yeah.
He's
Where
not.
are they playing?
And we all know, Artie, if it's not on, it's not,
Not
on.
on. That's right. Knights have got a bad record against Eagles too. So,
Yeah,
but
look-
surely we're going to all go Eagles.
Oh, Manly for
Yeah,
sure.
we all got to go.
Yeah.
What
The
about you?
Newcastle will win, but I'm tipping Manly. Yeah. Yeah.
The coach, the Newcastle coach says it's scheduled in. I think it's his team. There's no way in the world. No way in the world. I don't care where they're playing. They could be on. They could play on the moon. There's no way Knights are beating the Seagulls. No
It's
way.
funny because
But this is a
Ricky
game.
Stewart mentioned that in his press.
Oh,
in his-
no.
No, he goes all the travelling, and I'm thinking you guys have played so many home games.
No, they haven't. Have a look.
Where are they
Canberra?
playing?
They've been
Really?
away. They've been away.
They're
yeah.
playing at McDonald's Stadium.
They're
So
playing
it's
away.
at Knights. Well, Tanya's thinking about this one. She's
Oh,
gonna-
gee,
Yeah.
gee.
I'm going
Well,
Manly.
it is literally the weirdest year. Don't
It
you
is the
think?
weirdest shit, yeah.
Mm.
But Newcastle is pretty. Look, I know one thing for sure. You know, Newcastle, they're not very good at rugby league.
Yeah, but Manly's a team that will lose to these teams. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going to
true.
go Knights.
you're going to go
Oh,
Knights.
you're killing
I
yourself.
reckon they're a chance. I'm going Manly.
She's not leading the comp for no reason, mate.
Yeah.
Got
62
Marju
points.
in,
That's
Marju's
true.
in, Ponga's
Marju-
in. They're playing at home.
Ponga's in.
Okay, we'll do that one. Well done, Tina.
I'll be
No,
texting
Tanya.
you if they do win. I'll be texting you, Tanya. I'll be
I think she
texting
might
you.
have something. I think Tanya might have something here. Following that on Friday, our
Oh.
first game is the Storm up against the Cowboys.
Ooh.
We've got Coates and Grant back for the
I'm
Storm.
going to take a big risk on this one.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Storm.
You know what? Storm haven't beaten the Cowboys since 2021.
Yeah, but
They
that
played
means
once.
Nothing.
They've played once. They would have played them at
No,
least
but
4
no,
times, man.
No,
Might be
stat-
their biggest hoodoo team. I never knew
Guys,
that.
I've told you guys before, stats are like
But they-
bikinis.
they
They,
come
show
off,
you a
they-
lot, but you can't see
They
everything.
come off.
Right? It means once the bell rings, nothing matters.
I disagree. I think the stats sometimes there's always
No.
hoodoo teams.
Doing Cowboys.
If that's true, if what you're saying is true, then I'll give you a stat that I read today, which I take nothing into, and it'll prove that what I say is true. The stats are like bikinis; they show you a lot, but you can't see everything.
Oh, you're not going to get it
What you
right.
can't see, that's where the magic is. George, Para have not lost a round 13 game this decade.
Haven't they?
No,
Is it round 13 now?
yeah,
Oh, well, then I'll
or
pick,
14,
I'll
whatever
pick
it is,
Parramatta.
Yeah.
whatever round it is coming up.
I'll pick Parramatta then.
This is where I'm going to prove your stats mean nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Once the bell rings, it doesn't matter what happened before. Doesn't matter.
T's picking
Cowboys.
Yeah.
the
Tanya's
Cowboys.
gone Cowboys. We've gone Melbourne.
You're
I'm going
Melbourne?
Melbourne.
I'm going Melbourne. The only reason I'm going Melbourne because it's Amy Park. But if it was up there, I'll be
Yeah.
picking Cows.
For sure.
Oh,
The next one, Dolphins up against the Dragons. They've only won 2 in the last 10 at Suncorp. But anyway, the Hammer, Marshall King, and Plath is listed in the reserves. So we've got Plath. Yeah, so they're
Hammer
coming
in
back through the
reserves?
reserves. No, the Hammer's starting, but Marshall King and Plath are listed in the reserves. So they could come in, they could not. So we don't know. And for St George, Sue is out. Fatala Mariners come in. So,
I think if Marshall King is fit, he'll play.
Yeah, that's what they've got him on the bench, so
Yeah.
reserves, so not on the 18, but
I'll go
20.
to Dolphins on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I might go to this game. Might take the boys, but I'll go Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Herbie's going to get a try. He's scoring every game. It'll be his 7th game he scored a try.
Who's this? The youngster?
No, he's
Herbie Farmworth.
Oh,
Herbert Farmworth. Yeah, he's on a run. He's on a
Okay.
big run.
Well, I'm going Dolphins because of Katoa.
I'm going Dolphins as well, guys. So we're all going Dolphins.
the
I don't.
Katoa is the best player
Who?
in the league. Katoa.
He's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
again, talking about youngsters, how they're coming up, Katoa.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Oh my God.
Apparently,
Some
it's the best
kids.
one that Phil Good's seen in his life. No, I'm only joking. Anyway, that's only Galvin. It's only Galvin. The Sharks up against the Warriors at Shark Park. Mulatalo's out.
Sharks
He's
for me.
suspended, and Katoa's back. So they one winger from the other. And Teague Wilton's back. Mitch Barnett gone for the season.
So who's playing front row?
Jackson Ford is taking what's his name spot Barnett,
Okay.
and he played well.
He played well. Yeah, he
Yeah, I
played well.
know.
And is Crazy Eyes in?
Yeah, Fish
Fish?
is in. The Fish is in.
Who's crazy?
It's Sharks for me.
Fisher Harris.
I'm going to Warriors.
Yeah, I'm going to Warriors too because I don't know.
Sharks.
Yeah, I'm going Warriors, but Sharks. They're in it.
Oh, you're going Sharks.
Down,
No, I'm going
down,
Warriors.
Yeah, yeah.
down.
We're all going Warriors. You're going Sharks.
Yes.
There you go. So you're the odd one out in this
Boy,
one.
hey, take a good look, everyone. This is what winning looks like. You've seen the start of it.
Broncos up against the Titans. Queensland derby there. Mariners out. Reece Walsh in.
Broncos 13 plus.
Jojo Fafita. Verrills out. AJ Brimson listed in the reserves. So
Broncos 13
Broncos, you
plus.
think?
Broncos. I think 13 plus. Who
Yeah.
have they got?
Yeah.
Suncorp.
Mariners. Where's
Mariners
Mariners?
gone.
Oh, Mariners on the bench. That's good. Yeah, I'll go Broncos. They're playing at home too. I want to go. I really want to go to the game, but I don't know. I just need to see them win.
Why not?
Not
Broncos,
drag my
Broncos.
kids up there at 7:30 at night to let them see another loss live.
Take them to the Fins.
It's a special game.
I
for
know.
Adam.
I was thinking that. I'll take them to.
It's
to
a
the-
nice. It's a
The-
nice. It's a nice.
Tell you, the weekend that
environment.
I'm up there, the Dolphins have a bye.
I know.
So-
I looked.
So we can only watch the Broncos.
Aw.
I was hoping for a double header for you boys.
Yeah.
You'll see something special because Reynolds plays his 300th game
Oh.
on that day, and he's a 55th player to do that. So big one for Adam Reynolds, 300
I
games.
love Reynolds.
Yeah, he's
great.
good. He's good. So we're all going Bronx.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Bronx.
It's got Desi's got a piece of rubbish there with the Titans. Unfortunately, I wish they were different, but I said
What
they'll make the 8. I said they'll make the 8. So
I'll make the bottom, mate.
they'll make the bottom, mate. Yeah, for sure.
Raiders up against the Rabbitohs is next. Papali will then play his 300th game, 318th game, which will break the
Raiders.
record,
I'll go the
which is
Raiders.
good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Fogarty's
Raiders.
back.
318.
318 means going to be the most capped player for Raiders. Fogarty's back, which is good.
Wow.
And Whiten and Walker are back for the Rabbitohs. That's 2 big ins. They're huge.
Whiten and Walker.
Whiten and Walker.
But they're
Canberra at
they're,
home.
They're playing at Canberra.
Playing at
So
Canberra.
I'll go Canberra. But Whiten
Yeah, it's
and Walker's
interesting.
back.
They're stronger. They're building now. They're starting to get their troops back.
Whiten and Walker's back. Walker. Okay.
Oops.
That'll be interesting.
You're going Canberra, right, Nick?
Yeah.
I'll go Canberra.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to go Canberra. Yep.
They're playing at home.
Yeah, they're playing at home. That's
So you
what
think-
sways me.
All right. West Tigers up against the Panthers. Cleary versus Luai. First time.
Hey,
Hey,
Oh,
they go
yeah.
against each other.
I never thought of that.
Naden and Staines have been dropped. Latu and Finau and Gerald Skelton is back in for the Tigers. Skelton's a good
Skelton's
player.
back. Yeah,
Very good.
Skelton's back.
Panthers, same 17, no change.
He's a good winger, skilled. No
Very
change.
good. No change for the Panthers. All staying as is.
You know what? This is going to be an extremely entertaining and extremely tight match. It's not going to be to and fro. You say that they're going to make the 8. I say they're not. That's the Panthers. I'm going to tip the Panthers because we all know how I feel about their system. But let me tell you, I would not be surprised if West got away with this one.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
wouldn't be surprised.
Wait, is that because you guys share stadiums? What's Combank? Is that Panthers?
Yeah,
or
the one
Tigers?
you went. That's the one you went to.
Combank is
but-
Parramatta Stadium.
The one.
But okay, so do they adopt that? Like, is
Okay,
there?
so
Yeah, so Penrith Stadium's being rebuilt, so they're playing at our stadium
Just
for the next 2
temporarily,
years.
Yeah. And their record's shit there, so they've only won 1 game there.
Yeah, you
It's
said
not very
that.
good.
Mm.
But yeah, so I'm going Panthers as well. What about you, Tanya?
That's so hard because you've got, I reckon, Panthers.
It's not hard at all. Penrith all the way.
Penrith? Oh, and finishing off the
Monday.
round, Monday special,
Monday
King's
special.
Cup.
Wow.
This is the King's Cup.
Are we
Bull-
playing for a trophy?
yeah, it's a King's
They
Cup.
all count, mate. They all count.
Last year,
Silverware.
Mate, you know, I'm very disappointed. I just want to say, I think Parramatta's been hardly done by the NRL.
It's-
No. Pre-COVID,
Hmm.
we used to play the Gold Coast Titans in the Northern Territory for the Royal Flying Doctor Service Cup.
Yeah. Take
It's
it
been
away.
taken away.
Take it away.
there you
It's
go.
one less trophy we get to
Well,
play for every year.
We get to play for
NRL.
this one now, so that's all right.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs won it last year, 22-18. So Connor Tracy plays his 100th. Will Penasini back for the Eels. For the Dogs, you've only got Crichton, King, Mann, Carraz, and Galvin's on the extended bench. So
Yeah.
that's looking very strong.
I'm going to go for the upset here. That's it.
Yep,
I reckon the Dogs can do it.
Dogs can do it.
Yeah,
Box can do it.
yeah, I'm going the upset.
I'm going Eels.
Bulldogs.
And also, I didn't realize
Go
you guys
T.
had
Go T.
King's birthday on the Monday. Ours is in October. Can we just all do it on the same day?
What do you mean? You don't have a public
that's-
holiday Monday?
No, they haven't got it.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know that.
our Labor Day is like the second
Well,
one.
you guys
like,
had one a month ago, though. You had a public holiday a month ago.
I was up there.
yeah, like April we had like 7. The worst for Queensland. I'll go the Eels. Again, it's the weirdest, like it's the most
Weirdest comp. Weirdest
yeah.
comp this year.
Well, you know what? If the Eels win, I'm going to come back and issue a public apology to Arthur next week and say, you know what? From now on, I'll start looking at statistical history records
Well, you
because
lost last year.
Para haven't lost this round all decade, right? But yeah, no, the Dogs way too strong.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't forget, it's at Homebush. There's going to be a huge public holiday
Oh, it's at home.
Bulldogs crowd as well.
You
Yeah.
going to it, Nick? No.
Not a chance in hell. No,
It's around the corner from his house.
I could. I'm
You can
10
walk.
minutes walk. You've
Oh, yeah.
been there. You've been my. You know where
Totally
I live.
go.
So,
Wear my Maroons
no.
jersey.
yes. No, I'm not gonna. No.
Dogs.
I'm going to join Tanya. I'm going to go Eels for an upset.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the media coming out and saying Lachlan Galvin has
Hey.
dismantled the Bulldogs. They'll be praying for it just so they can write all the headlines.
If it's a
The
cricket score,
cracks are
if
appearing.
it's a cricket score, I won't even see the second half. Don't you know?
You never know. Look, Parramatta impressed me
cricket
last week. I thought they were pretty good.
Hey, last time these two teams played, Parramatta were the better team on the day.
Yeah.
So
I rate Parramatta. I think they're doing all right. So
I did see that one because I was in Melbourne that day, and that's
They
the
were-
one game this year I haven't seen.
they played so well.
Yeah.
They you know what? I don't know how Canterbury won. I have no idea how the Dogs won Nicola that night. I've got.
It was
no
a Sunday
idea.
over. I
Sunday
remember. I
over,
didn't
yeah.
see it. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, we're gone. The Hooters gone. We're ahead. How did that happen? How'd that happen? So that's what I mean. They might have something, I don't know, up their sleeve, or the coach might have something up their sleeve. But anyway, and on we go.
and on we go, and that's it. That's it for
And
the round.
The Roosters have the ball.
And the Roosters have the bye. Yeah.
Bloody Roosters.
Now Super League. Do you want to hear the Super League
Yeah,
scores?
I do.
You do?
I do.
All
saw-
right.
I saw 'em
So
all.
Super League, we've got the Catalan Dragons 0, Hull FC 34. They're
Okay.
going terrible, the Dragons.
The
They've lost-
Dragons are going terrible. Luke Keary is losing his mind.
Too much French
What's his?
wine.
Yeah, probably. That back row that everybody had and no one's got now. Pangai
Mm.
looks like Arthur Beetson there now, but they're useless. And that's John Cartwright's team. It's the other Hull.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and they looked against the Catalans. They looked like they were world beaters. So there's something wrong in France.
Ooh,
Something
okay.
wrong in France.
Who's the coach of the Catalan?
Some English guy.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't rate him.
They got smashed. Brett Arthur's team 22, Wakefield Trinity 18.
Yeah, how good. You know what? I'm going to say it again. He's doing an amazing job. An amazing job.
Yeah.
Job.
Maybe he could be Australian Kangaroo.
He can.
Salford Devils 6. This is the team that's struggling. Wigan Warriors 46. Warrington Wolves, Sam's team, got a win 34. Castleford Tigers 24.
Yeah.
Hull KR 34. St Helens 4.
Okay, let me
That's our team 10.
Yeah, let me tell you about that game. Number one, St. Helens needs a new coach, number one. Number two, somebody please get Tristan out of there. Please, I beg you.
Isn't he playing well?
I heard he's great. They've stuck him on the wing. He's scoring tries, making breaks like nothing, but he's not trying.
Put him in the halves.
They tried that. They spent him 2 weeks at 5'8". He carved up. Then they put him straight on the wing because some English superstar came back. You won't even know him. Okay, someone please in Australia,
Put
Broncos,
Tristan in
someone.
the halves, and then they can get, I don't know,
They don't rate
Toby
him.
Sexton. He's not
Tristan
wanted.
Sailor.
Yeah, you know what? They don't. I'm telling you now that the coach doesn't rate him. This piece of this coach in St. Helens, I won't say it.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, basically, doesn't rate him. Doesn't rate him. Stuck him out on the wing. He's still doing his thing, but he's not trying. He's not even trying. He's doing his thing.
Jeez.
Please,
the
someone
coach?
By the way,
someone get him to Australia.
Just looking at the camera for the record. By the way, before he wasn't using the word fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Now look,
Is the coach English?
yeah. He's a St. Helens legend, the player there. But my issue is that Tristan, and I don't know how old he is, but what is he? 23. He should not be in England.
No, he's got to be older.
He's
than
too
that now,
good.
isn't he?
Oh, he'd be older than that.
Older
Yeah,
than that.
he'd be in
Wow.
the late 20s.
Can you imagine not keeping
He should
Wendell
not be.
Sailor's
He should
son?
not. He should not be in
Sorry?
England.
Imagine not keeping Wendell Sailor's son
Yeah.
in
No.
Australia in any team. When I was watching the old games with Manny, I was like, "That's Tristan Sailor's dad." Like that's how.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like, "Now I can tell why you were getting frustrated."
I remember,
should
I
not be
remember,
in
I remember Wendell with hair breaking in like in '92 or '93. Came on the
He's a
scene.
legend.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
26. Tristan.
He's 26, born on the same day as me.
Okay. So
2017.
26 is in his
His
peak.
birthday's-
He's 26 in his peak. He should not be
I know.
in England. He should.
I'd
not
love to have
be.
him at St. George.
Someone
I'd
please.
love to get him back because he's a junior. You know that.
Yeah,
He came
he's
through
a
our junior
local.
system, yeah.
Just get him back.
Sailor
Just-
was there. He lived there.
Yeah, I know.
Grew
He's
up.
South Coast. Get him back, please. Someone
Please,
get him
I'd
back.
love to, but we kicked him out
Anyone
because
but
of...
Gus. Sorry, George.
No, I don't care. No. Just get him back. I don't care. Perth. Someone get him
You
back.
know why they got
please.
rid of him, Saints? Because he had that thing with the girl.
The
Apparently,
Saints, but how about the Broncos?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he couldn't fit in, I
they
guess.
couldn't fit him in.
So many players.
And the final game, Huddersfield Giants 24, the Lee Leopards, ugliest jerseys in the world 28. The ladder looks like this: Hull KR 24, Wigan Warriors 22, Leeds Rhinos, Brad Arthur's team 18, and the ugliest
believe
jerseys in the world 17. Fourth.
Yeah, I can't believe that Brad Arthur's coming third with nothing. No
Third.
carry, nothing. Hey,
Is it top four, George, or top
you wanna,
six?
It's top six. Want to have some funny? Hey, get the Man of Steel ratings, top three.
Oh, God.
While we talk.
Okay.
Do you know how many times
Mm.
a Man of Steel winner in England has come over to Australia and done nothing?
Yeah, I know. Never. But this is
Give the stats.
you will
I see
find
all the time, right?
you will find this interesting. Actually, talking about that, George Williams is looking to come to the Finns. I hope they don't buy him, but
Is that the halfback?
yeah, he's going to stunt. I think Qatar's growth.
Oh,
But-
okay. It's very interesting.
So tell everybody.
Okay, so you got Jay Connor from the
Yeah.
Rhinos on 16
Yeah,
points.
he's a winger back row.
Yeah. Herman Esiesi from Hull FC on 14.
So SCSE probably not even a first grader here.
Played for Newcastle
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
Gold
But
Coast.
the third one,
Nick Kotrick, Catalan Dragons.
he's probably not a first grader here.
Unquote.
He's not a first grader, but he's playing for the Catalans. They come in second last, whatever, and he's carving up. And
Wow.
he's coming third in the Man of Steel. So if someone tells me that English rugby league is a standard of Australia, well, no.
I'm surprised.
No.
Luke Keary's in the top.
He's not trying.
Oh, he's not trying.
He's not trying. He still looks great, but he's not trying. You can tell he's not trying. He's not going to the
Lachlan
line.
Miller's at the Rhinos.
Yeah.
That's that Canterbury,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Cronulla,
The Cronulla,
Newcastle
yeah. He's good.
speedster.
Yeah, he's good.
Well, I mean, you said he was at Cronulla. I have to ask, any relation to Gavin Miller?
No.
No,
No.
he was, a
He's
rugby,
English.
he was a
Word.
rugby convert.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
English.
he's English.
He's English.
Okay.
He's carving up, but it was when he came to Australia, he was too small. Too small. They're running over him.
And Nick's man, Bevan French, is 7th.
He's been doing so well the whole
He's on
time.
8 points.
Like
Oh,
Bevan
yeah.
French.
Yeah.
He's carving
Mm.
up. He's got spider webs. They can't touch him. They can't
Yeah.
touch him. He's got spider webs on him.
Who won it last year, George? Jay Field?
Jay Field. No. I forgot now. I think
Bevan French?
French.
Yeah. Well, Jay Field's 4th this time.
Yeah. Oh, he'll come up. He'll come up.
There you
He'll
go.
come up.
They're both together.
And that's the ability.
They're both at Para and both now at the Warriors. And that's it for me. Tidbits?
That's it. Any-
I haven't got any tidbits. I've got some
You got sound effects?
potential. No, I've got no sound effects. We'll press them at the end of the thing. But I do have the a song that we're going to choose now. Just to round it up, and this is going to Artie, this is going to be Tanya's tip, Tanya's choice. But this song was played in the Cortina. this album, was played extensively.
was.
If it's
There you
Tanya's
go.
choice, it can only be one song.
Oh no, it's not actually. It's not
No?
actually. I'm sure that Tanya knows the artist. I'm
One
not
that
sure.
I'm thinking. Oh, you've chosen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm sure she knows the artist. I'm not sure if she knows the album, but this Tanya was on high rotation on.
Is this where we get to hear 0.3 of a second and we have to?
No, we're not hearing nothing. No,
Oh,
we're not. No, I'm just.
What?
It's
That's
the
the
vinyl.
best.
It's
That's
the
fun.
vinyl. It's the vinyl next week, Artie. So this album, Tanya, in 1981 was on high rotation. You know those cartridges, like cassettes, cartridges.
You realise she
Yeah.
was born 4 years later.
Maybe she knows them. Maybe she knows them. I don't know. She's a smart girl. Okay. Anyway, this album was on high rotation in Artie's Cortina.
Oh, 81. Oh, it's got to be Too Fast for Love. Motley Crue.
Motley
No,
Crue.
I'm joking.
Was Motley Crue out in 81?
Too Fast for Love. Leather Records.
Oh, he's got the album cover.
I got the vinyl.
He's
Yeah.
got the vinyl.
Nicole, would
You
you,
gotta put on the camera.
Nicole, would you pass this
Of course I will.
to Artie, and then Tanya can pick a song from the record. Original vinyl team.
There you
Original
go.
vinyl.
It's
It's the,
original vinyl.
it's the barbershop from Coming to America.
Original
There you go.
vinyl
It's
too.
original vinyl.
Original
There you go.
vinyl. My mum
Classic.
says, Artie,
I
my mum
love
says hi.
mine.
Artie, hey, Artie. My mum says hi, by the way. My mum says hi. I went and saw her. So, T, are you aware of this album?
Can you see it?
It looks familiar, but like Nick said, I was born 4 years later.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
It's off the wall. So Artie's going to read the track list, and you can pick a song.
Okay.
All
love
right,
it.
let me see where the
I
track
wonder if she
list-
knows any of the songs.
Where's the track list?
I will.
Oh, yeah. Okay, don't stop till you get enough.
Don't stop till you get
Don't
enough.
stop till you get enough.
You
I know
that
all
one?
his songs.
Get up.
I know
Yeah,
all
To the
good,
bus
good.
stop.
Rock with you,
Rock with you, T.
know
Another
it.
song on the
Yeah,
album.
love
Yeah.
it.
working day and night,
Working day and night. You know
Love
that
it.
one?
get on
Yeah.
the floor,
Get on the floor. Okay.
off the wall.
Off the wall.
What's that album called?
Off the
Off
wall.
the wall.
It is Off the Wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep going, Artie.
Girlfriend. She's out of my life.
She's out of my life.
I can't help it. It's the falling in love. It's the falling in love.
It's the falling in love, yeah.
Wow, makes good grammar. Burn this disco out.
Burn this disco.
Burn this disco out.
Which song would you like to hear at the end of the pod, T?
Oh, it's got to be number one.
Don't
Really?
stop till you get enough.
Can't stop till you get
Yeah.
enough. One of
That's a
Artie's
favourite.
favourites.
That's a
One of
What
Artie's favourites.
actually, what
Yeah.
movie is it from? Nick, you can't answer this because you know it's one of my favorite movies.
Okay, I'll shut up.
So
Let's
We
Stop till you
can't
get
stop till you get enough.
yeah, it's like, and I've spoken about these guys before. They're like comedians. It's really funny.
Night at the
They're
Roxbury.
in a club, someone singing, and it's like one of the most iconic. He's like, yo, all the fine women on that side, all the ugly women on that side. And he starts singing karaoke. It's a bit of kung fu.
I'm not saying anything.
What?
Come on, guys.
Don't stop. Oh God, why?
I can't even remember it.
Not into the no.
Into the Dragons.
no.
Is that what you're about to say?
What's that one with Vanity?
Bruce Lee.
Vanity?
No, what's it called? No.
There's 3 movies like it. But the second one's the best. It's from the second one. Well, I think the second one's the best.
Well,
Nick thinks the second
here we
one's
go.
the best.
So is it vacation? No. Is it
American Pie.
Kung Fu
Kung
karaoke,
Fu?
and
Karaoke.
one of the guys is singing it.
They don't know it.
Oh, what's his name?
Rush Hour 2.
Not Rush Hour. Yes,
Yeah.
Rush
Oh.
Hour. That's what I was
So,
thinking
do you
of.
know how he
Chris
sings
Rock?
it?
Is that Chris Rock?
Not Chris Rock.
What's his
Chris not Chris Rock. The other. I was
what's his
confused.
name?
Yeah,
about
I
it.
confused him. Chris Rock
Yeah,
and the other guy.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
I
know
remember.
they're in the club. It's like one of the funniest.
Tucker.
things-
Chris Tucker. That's him.
Yeah,
Chris
and there's this guy, and he's singing that. He's like doing stuff, and he's like singing so bad at karaoke, and he's like, "What the hell is going on in here?" And he's like, "Give me that microphone." It's
So
one of the
I'll-
best.
So I'll give you 3 quick things about Michael Jackson. I
Yes.
bet you none of you know the third one. So we all know Quincy Jones died recently.
Hmm.
his producer.
Oh, did he?
Right?
Okay.
Everyone knows the song "Beat It," and I'm guessing everyone knows who played the guitar solo on that.
Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen.
All right, how much did he get paid for it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow, so you guys know. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
I think you told us.
You
this.
told us.
Yeah, we got
You
that.
told us, but of
I'll just shut the fuck up then.
See, we listened to. We actually
Yeah,
listened to
all
him.
right.
We listened to
I'm
him.
impressed.
He-
That was a test.
he actually.
Yeah, I want to know that you're listening to me. Perfect.
Actually, it goes further than that. Eddie came in and Michael asked him to play a solo, and he puts the headphone, listens to the song, and he goes, "Song's a mess." He goes, "Michael, can I rearrange the song?" "Oh yeah, you can do anything you want."
Yeah.
So he completely rearranged the song. Thank God. Apparently, it was a mess. And Eddie Van Halen is a musical genius. Tell us a story about his guitar, and he couldn't afford a Fender, so he put his own little pickup.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's
Yeah,
the sound he's got now, the original sound.
Well, he took I mean, most people wouldn't know what a pickup is, right?
Oh,
But
yeah.
he replaced the pickup in his guitar, and his original one used from Jump is actually, I've seen it. It's in the window at Guitar Center in LA on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh,
Still, yeah, it's there in the window. Yeah, freakish, man, freakish.
I'm a fan of
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, actually, I listened to the other day the very first Van Halen album, the very very first one. Was it 78 or 79, Nicola? Do you remember?
Van Halen.
Yeah, the first album, the very very first one.
Oh,
79?
I think it was 78, but we all know how Van Halen got discovered, right?
Actually, no. Eddie
Really?
Van Halen? No.
No, the band Van Halen.
Oh, they
Gene
toured.
Simmons.
They toured with
Yeah.
Kids.
No. Gene Simmons saw them playing at the Starwood in 78,
Mhm.
flew them to New York and produced their first demos, all of which ended up on their first album.
Okay, well, it's a great album.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely great record. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, that was fun. That was the fun part of the night. Thank you to you. At the end, will be That's All Till You Get Enough?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's All Till You Get Enough it is.
And that's it. That wraps up another episode.
That's
So have a great week, everyone. And when's the next Origins? 2 weeks away, isn't it?
They pick the team this week again, don't
I
they?
think
So
so,
next
yeah.
week we talk
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
selections. So it'll be good.
Cool.
All
All right.
right.
Well, have a wonderful night, everyone. Have a wonderful week. And we'll see you all next week.
Enjoy your rugby league.
Enjoy.
Happy
Happy
rugby
rugby
league.
league,
Bye.
Good
everybody.
night.
Cheers.